Going live in 30 seconds. Live in 20 seconds. Live in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now it's time for Powell County Pirate Sports on the Powell County Sports Network. For a full list of games to be broadcast, the platforms those games will be broadcast on, and the sponsors that support this event, please visit listenlikealocal.com and click on the Powell County Sports Network banner on the home page. Select games will be broadcast on a combination of platforms, including 104.9 FM The Pickup, NFHS Network, WSKV FM on Facebook Live, at Powell County Sports Network on YouTube, and streaming audio accessible on any internet-connected device. Just say, "Hey Google, Siri, or Alexa, play Pickup Country 104.9 FM," or visit listenlikealocal.com. Powell County Pirate Athletics broadcast is made possible by great sponsors, but to continue to bring you the many high-quality broadcasts, we need your help. If you own a business or are part of an organization, church, or nonprofit and would like to support the broadcast of the Powell County Pirate Sports while promoting your brand to loyal listeners like you, just give us a call, 606-663-2811. Don't forget, you can directly support Powell County Pirate Athletics by purchasing an annual subscription to the NFHS Network at nfhsnetwork.com. You can also directly support your Powell County Pirates by attending games in person. Get your tickets at the GoFan app. You can also find links to NFHS Network and the GoFan app at the Powell County Sports Network page at listenlikealocal.com. And now, let's join our PCSN broadcast team live at the game.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Powell County Sports Network coverage of Powell County High School athletics. Ken Simon, along with David Faulkner, Jacob Neal, our videographer and technical support, Nevaeh Bridgeman, back in the studio with you here on this heat sun-filled day here on this Thursday, as the Powell County Pirates will face off against the Owsley County Owls. The Owls coming in with a record of 5-8 on the season, 0-2 in district play. They are coached by Derek Marshall. And the Powell County Pirates coming in with a record of 6-9 on the season. They are 1-1 in district play, and they are coached by Frank Spencer. And, David, when you look at the Pirates, they have a 5-game winning streak. They've really done a nice job here over the last little bit. We kind of expected that, is just based on the fact that the number of players that kind of are late coming out for them to kind of catch up and get conditioned. But a 5-game winning streak, they have not lost to Owsley County since, I should say, 1999. That's as far back as the stats go, so not quite sure what the record was prior to that, but they've won every game since 1999. Don't expect it to be any different here tonight. No disrespect to Owsley County, but at the same time, the Pirates definitely have dominated over the years.
Shouldn't be any different, but there's always an outlier, you know what I'm saying. But, again, Powell County is playing better baseball right now. They're putting more runs on the board, actually pitching the ball pretty good. And I think I said earlier on the season, give them to at least mid-April or, the third week of April. And I think some of these guys that did get a late start, their timing is going to get much better by playing a few games. And I think that has picked up along with, they're over basketball now, some of these guys are. But when you talk about Owsley County, you're going to hear a lot of familiar names from basketball and previous years in baseball as well. But these two schools really kind of depend on multi-sport athletes. As small as Owsley is, it's a need. For Powell County, it's a nice thing to have multiple sport athletes. And if we don't have multiple sport athletes, we can't field what we field. So we do have more sports than ever before. It's tough sometimes to get to field this. And all these kids, I thought, may just decide to go to volleyball from basketball. That hasn't been the trend yet. It seems like it's just been soccer to volleyball. But the basketball guys, it's an easy transition. You see a lot of basketball guys playing soccer or volleyball in the spring, but now another sport to compete with a little bit in the spring. Volleyball team is doing really well. And again, the boys are on a little bit of a winning streak. Good to see that. Also, the Powell County girls in action tonight versus Nicholas County. Lost to them earlier in the season. And this will be the third district game for Powell's. All their home games are done after tonight.
One more district games. Yeah,
district. Yeah, one more district,
but only
district home game.
Only a couple more, actually, as it will be Bryson Edwards on the mound for the Pirates. Drew Miller behind the plate, stepping up to bat is number 13, Dalton Peters. And he is the pitcher. And a quick start as they're going to get a single. Throw to second, and
I thought he would try to stretch that one.
I did too. Instead, it'll be a first pitch single for Dalton Peters. Didn't even have a chance to even kind of give any stats on him. Let's look. He's a sophomore, batting .406 to lead the team in batting average. Now stepping up to the plate, number 22, Braden Smith, the left fielder. Smith, just a sophomore, coming in batting, looks like .259 on the season. Left-handed hitter, runner goes.
Pitch out.
There's a throw and safe.
Yeah, outstanding. Pitch out regardless. A little bit. I don't think Bryson was slow to the plate. He just had a big lead at first base. Maybe should have thrown over to challenge him there. But again, pitch out. No avail. Late on the throw.
Second start for Bryson Edwards, one of the seniors.
And again, he's just one of those guys you talked about. He hasn't played baseball since he got into high school, I don't believe. So he's done a good job for the Pirates this year.
He's played mostly shortstop for Powell County. We'll go around and
another base hit.
It's going to drop, and it will. And the runner will get a single, and Peters will advance down to third. So back-to-back singles to start things for the Owls.
He had to hold just for a second from second base and make sure that wasn't a caught ball, which shows me that these kids kind of understand the game. Good coaching as well to make sure you're not going on first contact. You're going to make sure that ball is not caught before you go.
Stepping up to the plate, number 10, Jordan McCoy, the shortstop. He is a sophomore as well, batting .393. Into the shortstop hole.
Mishandled.
And, yep, sure enough.
And no play.
And they're going to throw it back. That's going to load them up.
So E6 on the play. Runners, or the bases, juiced here early. Now, after the four-hitter, I believe the Owsley County Owls drop off a little bit as far as batting averages go.
Now, Michael Gabbard, number 3, a sophomore, batting .143. He's in the 4 spot.
Yeah, I think it drops down after that last batter.
Bases loaded, nobody out here. Top of the first. It's going to miss for ball 1.
Every hitter so far is first strike swinging. They've taken a couple balls, but all the strikes have been hit.
Again, Bryson Edwards on the mound for the Pirates. Drew Miller behind the plate. It's going to be low for ball 2.
And you got to wonder about control for Bryson. Again, like you said, only had one other start this season. Hasn't probably pitched in 4 years, other than what the reps he gets in practice.
Ethan Wireman over at first. John Creech at second. Pop it up.
Infield fly rule should be called. It is.
Creech will call it. And he'll make the catch. So the pop-up in the infield, John Creech make the catch. Second baseman for out number 1. Again, go around again. Bryson Edwards on the mound. Drew Miller behind the plate. Ethan Wireman over at first. John Creech at second. It's going to be Dylan Trent at shortstop. Lacey Dickin at third base. Jordan Del Rosario in left field. Tucker Ramsey in center field. And over in right field, Lane Rogers, the lone sophomore here.
Shot.
Going to pop it up, and Rogers is going to go, or not Rogers, excuse me. It's going to be Dickens going to go back in. Another pop-up in foul territory.
Sound like it's hit hard. It's just straight up. So now, see if Powell kind of get out of this bases loaded, nobody out jammed. So far, 2 pop-ups. One way to get the job done, Ken.
Go back and look at Cottle real quick. Ethan Cottle, who just made the out, he was a junior batting .258. Now stepping up, number 12, David Gibson, the second baseman. He's a freshman batting .192.
So you like your chances a little bit here in this situation.
And back-to-back pop-ups. Here's the pitch. Going to be a called strike.
That's why I would have maybe gambled a little bit early. If I would have probably tried to stretch that single into a double on the opening batter. Then you take third on the. You're still probably where you are, I guess. Doesn't really matter.
Here's the pitch. High swing and a miss for strike 2.
You're not going to catch that one. Just keep swinging at it if you want to. Only Manny Sanguin of the Pirates back in the.
Yeah, you're right.
Back in the 70s and early 80s maybe, but that's about it.
Very few can hit that one, that's for sure. Here's the payoff pitch. I'll foul that one off down the first base side. Count will remain 0-2 with 2 outs. Bases loaded here in the top of the first. Owsley County with the bases loaded.
But
back-to-back singles and
all
then
the advantage back to Edwards now.
0-2. Here's the pitch. Going to be high for ball 1.
Peters is trying to time something up, I think, and maybe.
I noticed that down at third. You're exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Well, I mean, if they don't believe they're going to get a bat on the ball here, then try something, right?
Here's the pitch, and he'll get the strikeout. So he'll get out of a jam with the bases loaded. First 3 will get on base and will be left on base. The next 3 will get the out. So the Owls will come up empty here in the top of the first. We'll take a quick break here on the Powell County Sports Network.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network on your official station for Pirate Athletics, WSKV 104.9 FM Pickup Country, and streaming 24/7 online at listenlikealocal.com.
Local businesses are the backbone of our community, and having the right financial partner matters. This is David Johnson, Senior Commercial Lender at Whitaker Bank in Powell County. I work one-on-one with business owners to help them finance growth, investments, and day-to-day needs. Whitaker Bank has proudly served Kentucky communities for decades, and we're here to support your business for the long term. Call me at 606-663-2283 to get started. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hearn Funeral Home has been family-owned since 1939 and is currently under the direction of Hondo Hearn. They have proudly served the families of Powell County and other surrounding counties for over 75 years, helping them to celebrate with compassionate care, dignity, and respect at an affordable price. Contact Hearn Funeral Home for all your pre-planning needs at 606-663-4375.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Welcome back here to the Powell County High School's baseball field here at the Stanton City Park, also known as Charles Childers Field. Tell you what, the field has changed quite a bit since the original park was built. There were actually bleachers here. I liked them a lot. Torn down in the, I believe, around 99, 2000, that time, somewhere in that neighborhood. And
well, the tornado came through.
Got the dugouts a little bit. New dugouts were built. Again, that was also in the
press box,
in the 2000s.
Press box as well. It was damaged really bad as well.
It was, but again, the original design was really nice early on. This was the kind of the best field in eastern Kentucky until you got maybe to Johnson County back in the day. Now it is, we wouldn't call it the best field around anymore, but it's still a beautiful facility here. Just has its issues. That is only here where you find a possible sun delay.
Probably the only place in the world. Probably.
Again, the field was originally designed to be home plate out into left field, the left field corner. And I believe due to some folks not wanting to run water lines and electric lines all the way out there, they just decided to stop right here and put the sun as a problem. So that's where we are. This is here in 2026. Looks like we'll be here for a little bit longer.
I would agree with that. On the mound for the Owls is Dalton Peters, number 13. He's had 5 starts. He is 2-3 on the season with 2.40 ERA.
It's a nice ERA.
Behind the plate, Ethan Cottle. Over at first base, Jacob Begley. Second base, David Gibson. Over at third base would be Michael Gabbard. Shortstop, Jordan McCoy. Left field, Braden Smith. Center field, Jared Napier. And right field, George Perez. And leading off for the Pirates be Dylan Trent. And let's see where he's at, a senior batting .262 and hit by pitch.
Hit
Is that
by
right?
pitch right in the left shoulder. Got him on the first one. Which brings up Drew Miller. Again, speed is Trent's go-to. See if they decide to run him early here.
Miller at the plate. He has a .310 batting average, a senior, number 2. The catcher.
What they have typically done here is a fake bunt steal is what has been done the last few games.
I knew they were going to throw over, and it's going to get by. He's going to take off anyway.
He might
get
third.
to third. I think
I'll send him.
I would definitely send him. It's going to be way off. Going to get it right back to the pitcher. So on a throw over to first.
Yeah, this field is still, even though they built the bullpen area and fenced it in, it is still huge down the line. And that ball at that angle is almost always 2 bases.
So an error on the pitcher. It was way low down in the dirt. And the first pitch to Miller is going to be low outside for ball 1. Lacey Dickon, the third baseman, on deck.
But we'll say it was if a good throw would have been close.
I would agree. Yeah. Again, he had the right angle as far as getting down by the bag, just a little bit too low. There's a chopper right up the middle. It's going to get through. The run will score, and Drew Miller will get the single and the RBI. Nice way to start here for the Pirates.
Efficient, very efficient by the Pirates right there.
And we've talked about this countless times. Get the leadoff batter right, hit by a pitch or a walk, and all of a sudden it'll come back and haunt you.
It's in the 70s percentile to score that run.
Now stepping up in the 3 spot is number 12, Lacey Dickon, the third baseman. Leads the Pirates in batting average at .395.
This came up a lot in the last couple of weeks, right?
That he has, the third baseman. I don't know if I said that or not. Again, on the mound, Dalton Peters. And another steal down there, and he's going to get in safely. Will be Miller. It's a high throw from the catcher, Caudill.
But it was on line. I thought there for a second they might have a chance, but again, just took a little bit too long to get there. Miller aggressive on the bases. I think Powell County will be aggressive on the bases if they get on tonight.
Yeah. First pitch was a ball to Dickon. On deck is the pitcher number 13, Bryson Edwards. So Pirates with 1 run already across. Drew Miller over at second after a single and an RBI and a stolen base. They're going to throw it right back to second, and he'll get back. That was a good move by Peters that
Not bad
time.
at all.
The pitcher again for the Owls.
I watched the Reds playing last night, and the Reds got a player picked off second on a good move back to second base. So
Peters is set. Nice job that time by Dickon to actually take that one. It looked good initially. Then it kind of just held high a little bit and never broke. So 2-0 now is the count.
Got to lay off the ball above your hands.
Here's the pitch. Gonna be a strike.
Oh, that strike was a ball, wasn't it?
Nope, called it a strike.
2-1 the count. So I guess you're right. Didn't
Almost
look
like a little
strike.
sweeper, right? It must have hit that outside right-hand edge there. Came across. So 2-1 now. Here's the pitch. It's a chopper. Right over top the pitcher. Second baseman going to get it. Nope, not going to. Could be an error.
You know, balls in play are huge against teams that don't win a lot of games. Balls in play are huge because you think the defense may give up some stuff. And those choppers on this field are tough. I don't care if you're a good team, indifferent team, whatever it is, it's tough playing those high choppers. A lot of uneven spots in this infield.
So the runners on the corners for the Pirates, and stepping up to the plate, number 13, Bryson Edwards. Square around. Oh, and he got hit. Yep, going to load him up. Another hit by pitch.
Did save a run for the time being anyway.
Well, and Dickon was going, right? He squared around like he was going to bunt.
There's going to be a fake bunt there, I believe, and just clipped Edwards.
So Ethan Wireman stepping up now for the Pirates, another senior. Struggled so far with his bat this season, but he's definitely capable of getting some big hits. Batting 139, the first baseman, bases loaded, nobody out still. Powell County leading 1-0 with a chance to blow this one open.
And Ramsey's actually moved up the lineup. He's up to the sixth spot. He was batting 7th.
Going to go by. Yep, 1 run will score, and the runners will go to second and third. So
score. That is a pass ball on that one, I believe. Don't you?
I agree. Obviously, it was a ball. Well, out of the strike zone. There's a strike
right down Broadway.
That was a good take, though, that time by Wireman.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Right?
The pitcher's struggling a little bit with his control.
Yep. And at that point, not so sure that you're actually prepared for that. He's going to square around, and the runner's going to come in. He's safe. Yeah, he sure enough is.
Got under it.
Yep, that he did. Nice job that time by Lacey Dickin on the stolen base home, and that will send Edwards down to third.
Close. It got under the tag. The catcher I don't think he knew he was going. Somebody's got to let their catcher know that the runner is going. He peeked up, and there's a runner there. By the time he made a move, he got under the tag, got him a little high.
Well, nice job by Wireman, too, as far as he kind of held in there just a little bit, right, and kind of didn't impede anything, but kind of held into that box just enough to kind of cause that issue. Here's the pitch.
Well, I think he had to, because I think he missed the suicide squeeze bunt. You got the.
Well, the pitch wasn't there for that,
no,
right? Yeah.
No, but you got to do all you can to make contact with it.
2-2 now. Here's the pitch. He's gonna foul that one off. That was good. That was good contact on that one.
Tell you what, I wasn't sure they got the battery's hands off the bat, but 2-2 now. They count to Ethan. All right, with 2 in here.
Yep.
Or 3
in. Yep.
Sorry, 3. And runner at third.
There's a shot to center field. It's going to be deep, and the center fielder will make the catch, and Edwards will easily come home.
Yeah, and made sure he tagged up clearly on that sac fly.
So that was Napier on the catch there. The fly out to center field for out number 1, but he did get the RBI.
So 4 runs here in the first. See, the Pirates loaded them and made damage. Owsley County got them loaded, they couldn't get them in. Difference.
Now stepping up to the plate. If I can find him here on my Tucker Ramsey. There he is. I couldn't find him. 167 on the season, but he's got a couple of hits the last couple of games for himself as the first pitch is a strike.
He and Jordan kind of flip-flopped in the order.
Again, Dalton Peters on the mound. Powell County leading 4-0. There's a strike.
Late breaker. Gave up on it. 0-2 now.
You look like it's going to hit you, right? And at that point, he kind of turned in just enough that it came across the plate. Sometimes you just have to stand in there, though. I'm not saying it would have hit him by any means, but still, going to get on that one.
Back at you.
Count remains.
If somebody would just turn around, there to go.
No balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. Powell County leading 4-0 here in the bottom of the first. See if they can't keep this rally going. Here's the pitch. I'll foul that one off on the right-hand side down the first base line. Yeah, right. Anybody else that's over there, pickleball.
Spectators is a pickleball.
And
or Little League behind
Little
it, right?
League, yeah, Little League ball fields over in that direction as well. Again, we talk about this time and time again, but they've done such a great job at this city park. It's a pitch. I'll foul that one off again.
That's heads up everybody. And missed them all. That almost go back to the soccer field. Where they got youth soccer going on today. So, tell you what, park is booming in springtime.
In great weather. Had a little bit of rain earlier, but not enough to do anything. I'll foul that one off down the right field line again.
As dusty as the field is, did very little to the field.
Very little.
And actually got a decent little rain, so definitely needs more rain, right? Well, I should wait till the weekend, right?
Well, no, we don't want it on the weekend. That's when we're doing stuff.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying. That's what it'll do.
Oh, that was close. Yep.
But you got to work. You got to work inside.
One ball and 2 strikes.
Go ahead. I was going to say, Powell County stands close to the plate. A lot of the players do, and you got to work inside to be successful against the Pirates, in my opinion.
I just don't necessarily like him turning away from it like that. The high pop fly should be caught in the infield.
Windy day.
It is, and it's going to drop.
Yeah, I'm telling you that. You can never. As Coach Spencer comes out not happy, he wasn't running hard the first base.
No.
We'll give him a base hit on that play.
Yes.
That was trouble all the way.
That was 100%.
Again, that started out as a ball in the middle of the diamond. The shortstop had a good read, and that ball turned out to be what should have been a first baseman's ball. That ball blew that much inside. That's how much wind is up there right now.
Yeah, the shortstop was the one who came all the way, and
only player who made an attempt at the ball.
Yeah. I don't know if everybody else lost it. I don't know what happened on that.
I think they gave up on it, and if you watch the wind, again, it's blowing dead across right now, and again, that would have been really right to the first baseman had he thought about the wind blowing like that.
Jordan Del Rosario is going to put a bunt down.
It's a good bunt.
Make the play over at first. Ramsey will advance to second on the sacrifice bunt. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like that call.
I don't either.
I don't like that call.
No, I mean, Jordan has the power to get it out of here. I get moving him over, but Ramsey's got enough speed to steal second if you want to go that way.
Yeah, but why sacrifice an out?
Not with
in
two
my
outs.
opinion.
That puts the pressure on the batter, Brody Welch, who's up now. That puts pressure on him. He has to be able to get a hit to get a run in or 2 wild pitches.
I mean, and Jordan's done a nice job here lately as well. Again, I think you just let them swing away.
I concur.
I'm not willing to waste it out. I mean, see what happens, right? That's not to say you don't even get a walk or hit by pitch. Brody Welch up at the plate.
And like I said, Ramsey's got enough speed. If you want to steal Ramsey, I remember the day when he's been a courtesy runner when he's played. So it's not like he doesn't have speed at second base. So I think he could have got to second easily on a steal.
Brody Welch has played in 2 games, 6 plate appearances. Pull that one, going to be popped up, and it's going to be a foul ball.
Yeah, the wind is just, again,
down the third base
if you're
line.
not used to the wind here, usually always blows in from left. Sometimes you'll get a weird system come out of the north, and it'll be coming in from the right side. But when that blows in like this, it is today, it can cause some havoc on those pop-ups.
So no balls and 2 strikes now to Brody Welch. And Ramsey will take the base. So another stolen base here for the Pirates.
Without a throw.
Yep.
Like I said, that's exactly the reason that you thought Del Rosario should not have given himself up.
I'll foul that one off again. I just think in a game like this.
4-0?
You know, well, I mean,
if it's 0-0, maybe, but not. I don't even think. I don't think there's any scenario that you don't punt the ball right there.
Here's the pitch. And he went chasing after one. He's going to run down to first. There's a long throw, and it's going to go over. He's going to go all the way to second. He gets tripped up.
Maybe not.
He's going to take.
Tripped over the bag.
It was the bag, or did he get tripped up by the? Regardless, he's going to remain at first. So actually, Ramsey will come in and score. Welch will go to first on an error. The
and they're going to give him second base for interference.
I thought he got tripped up by the player. I did.
Well, my thing is this. I don't know how you call interference on that play. The coach is coming out to talk to the pitcher, but I don't really know how you call interference there. The ball kind of took him in his way. I don't think he could really help where he was. I don't call interference on that because I think it's obstruction. I think that's just a bad luck kind of situation. I get awarding. I mean, maybe I can get a little bit awarding him second base because he's going to get there if it's not obstruction's not made. But sometimes it matters about the throw, where it takes you. That throw took him right into the lane. So I've seen it called a couple times here lately, even in Major League Baseball, where the obstruction kind of doesn't happen because the throw takes them there, and they don't call obstruction on those plays. So it's a 50-50 call, I think. But given where the positioning of the umpire is, maybe you don't call that, or you do call that. I get it, maybe, but paid off, I guess, a little bit to bunt him over to second. However, we still feel like he could have got there.
I'm not so sure though that the first baseman, he jumped up to try and get it, and when he came down, but he never reacted or moved. And at that point, I felt like
he had a chance to move.
I felt like he stuck his right foot out, to be honest with you.
Well, you saw it different than I did.
When he came, you know what I'm saying? He came out and jumped, but when he planted, then he stuck that foot out, the right foot, and I think at that point that's what caused the trip.
that happened. That would be correct.
Yeah, we'll have to go back and look at that one. Stepping up to the plate, Lane Rogers in the 9 spot, the right fielder for the Pirates. Right to the first base, and they'll get the stop and make the play. So a ground out, unassisted out over to first base for out number 3. However, the Pirates, will come away with 5 runs. They'll lead 5-0 over Owsley County. We'll take a break here on the Powell County Sports Network.
Parents trust the emergency department at Mercy Health Markham and Wallace Hospital when their children hurt. When an emergency strikes, we are right down the street and ready to help. We offer full-service emergency care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have X-ray, CT, and lab services on site for assessing, diagnosing, and treating patients quickly. The emergency department is a level 4 trauma center. You can expect expert care, quicker treatment, and improved outcomes. Choose the emergency department at Mercy Health Markham and Wallace Hospital in Irvine.
At Powell County Farm Bureau, James Dennis and Anna Tipton offer unmatched dedication and personal attention. If you're looking for a specific insurance product, they offer auto, boat, church, commercial, earthquake, farm, flood, health, home, life, mobile home, motorcycle, umbrella, and more. If you need it insured, stop by and see your insurance company. That's Powell County Farm Bureau. Big on commitment. Located at 170 Court Street in Stanton, or call them today at 606-663-2222. That's Powell County Farm Bureau. Big on commitment. You're listening to PCSN.
And welcome back here. After one inning complete, it's Powell County 5, Owsley County nothing. Again, Owsley County able to load up the bases at the top of the first inning, and then 3 consecutive outs, 2 pop-ups in the infield, and a strikeout ended the inning with no harm done. Bottom of the first inning, it was Powell County led off with a hit by pitch, single and RBI after an error on the throw, on the pickoff, and then it was Lacey Dickon on a ground ball E4. Another hit by pitch with Edwards, sacrifice RBI by Wireman, then a single by Ramsey just in the infield, and a sacrifice bunt by Del Rosario, strikeout E2. And then the last out was a ground out to first base, so kind of a weird inning, only a couple hits by the Pirates with 5 runs.
We'll take it. Now stepping up to the plate is the number 7 hitter in the lineup, first baseman number 44, Jacob Bagley. Bagley leading off here in the top of the second. First pitch is a swing and a miss. Bagley just an 8th grader, David, batting 200.
Good-sized kid for an 8th grader.
Yep. And the first baseman made that unassisted out. Pop up. Edwards will track it down, and it'll be an out. So pop up in the infield.
And really, normally the pitcher doesn't field a whole lot of balls, but I'm not sure he wasn't the only one going to catch that one.
He easily would, and I'm not so sure where it would have hit, if it would have gone out or not, if the momentum would have carried it or otherwise.
My whole thinking was let that ball go because it's going to kick foul. But he was able to get there and make the play, so Bryce made it look easy.
Stepping up to the plate, number 1, Jared Napier, the center fielder. Pitch is going to be low for ball 1. Napier, a sophomore, batting 0-4-8.
They're point guard, right? I believe for Owsley County's basketball.
Yep, I believe you're right.
Did a good job on the hardwood.
1-0 is the count with 1 out here, top of the second. It's going to get by.
Right at you.
Yep.
Bryce is going to see if he was awake.
I had it.
Varied his delivery a little bit that time. You notice that with Bryson? Kind of gave him a little bit of extra motion on that pitch. Or it looked like to me he did.
2-0 pitch count now to Napier in the 8th spot. Here's the pitch. Going to be high, 3-0. That wind might be playing a little bit of a factor.
It's a swirling wind right now. We said it was blowing to left to right, but that's coming right at us.
Well, it's sailing a little bit, too, on his release. Down in the dirt, going to get the walk. So 4-pitch walk to Napier. Going to bring up George Perez, the right fielder, number 11.
Now, is it George or is it Jorge?
I don't know. My apologies. He's an 8th grader.
I'm just saying it.
No, I'm with you.
I guess the Hispanic pronunciation will be Jorge, but whether he's been here for a long time and has changed it, I don't know. Just a question.
Yeah, I would agree. Where's the public address announcer? He's going to pop that up, and Ramsey will get it. He came in a long way to Tucker Ramsey.
Well, I don't think he's playing that deep.
He was not.
However, when you look up and see the center fielder catch a ball about 3 steps beyond the infield, that's exactly where he was playing. Now he's kind of showing up a little bit out there.
You might as well.
Yeah.
Now we're back up to the top of the order with Dalton Peters. He led things off with a single for the Owls. Had a stolen base, ended up over at third.
I almost put Napier in motion right here. if I'm Owsley County.
Oh, I'd agree. At the top of the order.
Top of the order
absolutely.
up, put him in motion, see if something can happen, or if not, you go right back at the top of the order.
Swing and a miss, a little off on that one.
Napier doesn't have much of a lead at first base, but I'm telling you, he should have good enough wheels.
Oh, I 100% will be running him.
I'm trying something.
Yeah, I mean, with 2 outs at this point, you're at
Yes.
the top of the order. I'm going to go in the third, and we're going to be at the top of the order. Willing to take that chance as well. It's gonna be
Totally
low.
understand. And people that may not, understand, you want your leadoff hitter to lead off in if you can. Your number 1 hitter.
Yeah.
And if he does get thrown out, so be it. We can start over. But if he gets to second base, now he's got a good chance to score with Peters at bat. So, but I think he's got to get to second before he can score.
Yeah, that's why I would have, on that very first pitch,
I'm out
I'd
of
have
there,
sent him. 1-1 now the count to Dalton Peters, the pitcher. The pitch, miss on the inside. 2-1.
Now, Bryson has been a little bit around the strike zone. He has thrown quite a few balls.
Here's the 2-1. It's going to miss. It's going to be 3-1. Now, Begley did end up, Napier ended up at first.
First pitch of the game.
On a walk.
Base hit. Who'd you say?
Begley. Or no, Napier.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
On the walk. He's going to get the walk.
And
Back
so
to
will
back
Peters.
walks.
Now.
Well, not back to back walks. My apologies. A pop up, a walk, fly out, a walk.
Another walk. But again, Smith got a base hit in the first inning as well. So right now you got a runner in scoring position. You got 2 good speed guys on base. Anything in the green has a chance to score a run. And a gapper has a chance to score 2 with Powell County playing in.
Left-handed hitter coming up is Braden Smith, the left fielder. And he was stranded at second. It's going to be high.
Just looks like to me that Powell County's playing this like you got to burn me situation. With 2 outs, they don't want anything to fall in short. I get it, but if you let one get over your head, you give up a big number.
Well, his last 8 pitches have been balls. Going to be down in the dirt.
Yeah, it looked like he's aiming it a little bit right now, not throwing it, trying to make sure he
sometimes
throws
you
a
can
strike.
do that right inside your head, right, as opposed to just getting up there
Trust
naturally,
it.
and I'm just going to throw it right. Trust the process as opposed to I've got to place it,
Yeah.
no
Can't
matter
aim it.
what the pitch is.
But again, hasn't pitched a lot.
Yeah.
It's part of the process.
Here's the 2-0. Pop it up, and nobody's going to be able to get that one. I like the hustle that time by
Both players, Dickin and always
Miller.
Miller.
You like the hustle, just still in the infield, in foul territory, but still. So 2 balls and 1 strike now, playing with 2 outs. Owsley County again with runners in scoring position. Left-handed hitter and Smith. Gonna miss. 3-1.
And by the way, congratulations to Bryson Edwards. Saw today where he's verbally committed now to, I believe, Asbury to prolong his basketball career. Early on, he wasn't doing anything, but now has decided to try some college basketball.
Here's the pitch. Gonna miss. Gonna load him up,
A
David.
little bit of a jam again.
So that's going to send Napier down to third real quick, Peters to second, and Smith, and it'll bring up Jordan McCoy, the shortstop.
And he got on last time on the E6 on a hard ground ball to Trent that took a little hop on him. The kind of player you want up if you're Owsley County.
3 walks in the inning
Yeah.
to load him up, 2 outs.
So thank you very much. And is really
Whoa.
struggling. Again, it looks like he's just not cutting it loose. Maybe his arm's hurting, not real sure.
He's throwing it down. His release point is off the mark as well, right? He's kind of following through and getting that late release.
Just holding on to it too long.
Yep.
Let it go. Just let it fly.
Just like that.
Tough play.
Tough play. Safe.
Got him.
Oh, they got him. Wow. All right, so it's going to be a 6-3 ground out to end the inning. As they'll leave 3 on the bags, come up empty. Powell County will lead 5-0 here. We'll take another break on the Powell County Sports Network.
Having trouble with your furnace? Call Ritchie Mechanical at 606-318-4188. They provide service checks and safety inspections on furnaces and heat pumps for your residential and commercial needs. Ritchie Mechanical offers a 12-year parts and compression warranty as well as financing for new equipment. These are good local guys that are honest and dependable. Call Ritchie Mechanical at 606-318-4188.
Hey, I'm Wyatt Denniston, owner of Stanton Ace Hardware. At Ace, we are known for being the helpful place, and we pride ourselves on accomplishing that goal each day with each customer. We are constantly working on expanding our rental department, now including skid steers, mini excavators, mini skid steers with ditch witch and auger attachments. We also have delivery options available. Shop local, save money, and get quality products from people who love this community. We are Stanton Ace Hardware, supporting the broadcast of our Powell County Pirates.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Welcome back here to the Powell County High School. We'll talk about pitching off the air. That's why we're late coming back a little bit. But thanks for tuning in to our broadcast here from the WSKV's broadcast of Powell County Athletics. Again, baseball district action tonight, Powell County v. Owsley County. Girls will be in action. That game it should be coming up. What should just a bit just started. Again, we're already in the bottom of the second inning here. So girls will play Nicholas County as a home game tonight. This game was scheduled as a 6 o'clock start. May have got a few minutes late starting, but better than starting at 6:30, right?
Yes.
Another pitch to the backstop. Took a good bounce though. On the warm-up pitches still. Coach Robinson making his way to first base. Coach Begley over at third. Frank taking a chill.
Well, I think at this point, wow, that's 3 of them.
3 has
I
hit
think at
the
this
backstop.
point, though, they're on a 5-game win streak. At that point, like, just leave well enough alone and let things just.
That's where they've been anyway. Again, Frank has kind of delegated some stuff out. Again, turned to third base coaching decisions over to Josh. His play calling.
Yeah.
I think Frank's got the pitches from the pitchers and the offensive setup, and then Coach Robinson over at first base. He's been there pretty much all year. So, again, the kids get used to the voice they're hearing at those spots, and you don't want to change things up unless things aren't going well, and things are going well right now. So, don't change a thing.
Stepping up to the plate, the leadoff hitter for the Pirates. They batted all the way around the first time in that bottom half of the first inning. It'll be Dylan Trent, Drew Miller, Lacey Dickin, and the first pitch is going to be a ball on the inside to Trent. It's hit by a pitch and then went all the way around to score a couple of base
If he gets
hits.
a free base, he'd probably do the same thing again here.
Miss for ball 2.
Good velocity from Peters, by the way. He's throwing the ball pretty good. He's just missing his zone just a touch.
So hit by a pitch, then advanced on an error. Miss 3-0. Made it all the way to third.
Yeah, both pitchers have a little bit of a control issue here today. Owsley County's outfield is playing very deep.
There's a pitch. There's a strike.
It's a high strike. I was ready to write down walk, but umpire prevails.
Well, I realized when Mr. Trent decided he thought it was a ball 2, I was like, not so fast. It's going to go to second base and going to miss it. Yeah, sure enough. Unfortunately for the second baseman, David Gibson, he's a couple of errors here.
And that's one of those plays I think he just kind of nonchalant a little bit, kind of took his eye off it a little bit, had plenty of time. Just want to kind of pull the ball in and just took a little hop on him late and took his eye off of it a touch, and then base runner at first.
So let's see if he's got a green light once again.
He's going. I mean, it's a matter of what pitch and when. I would say go as early as you can, give Miller as much an opportunity as you can.
And Miller had a single and an RBI, stolen base, and a run scored himself. There's the pitch home. Ooh. On the inside, and he's going to get down there easily.
They have no chance to throw him out, but I think he aired on the side of I'm not throwing another one away. So, again, throw it down. The problem is you made the error. You gave a free base runner up to start the inning. 4th error of the game for Owsley County.
So 1-0 pitch count now to Miller with Trent over at second. Here's the pitch.
I'm not even guessing where it is.
No,
okay.
It's a shortstop, long throw over. He's going to be safe, and he's going to take off to second. They're going to come home.
And the first baseman
going to miss
was
it.
unaware.
Yep, he sure was. That's going to bring Trent all the way from second base in across the plate. That will send Miller down to second. It's hit to the shortstop.
Yeah. Made a bad throw.
Made a bad throw. Another error. Been costly here for
the
Owls.
fifth error of the game. We're only in the second inning.
That'll bring up Lacey Dickin. Reached on an error himself.
Again, Powell County only got 2 hits in the first inning, Ken, and one of those was just a pop-up that everybody let drop. And, again, really, I don't know if we got a ball in the infield with a base hit. Did Miller get out of the infield?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's the only one that's been out of the infield thus far. Again, Dickin was the one that hit a ground ball that second baseman made an error on earlier.
Correct.
So
yes.
Only one ball out of the infield thus far. Powell County already got 6 on the board.
Here's the pitch on. Right
Tough.
off the end of the bat. Nobody covering. Is he going to be able to get there? No, another error.
Oh, he got there. He just dropped it.
Wow.
First baseman misplayed it. Again, I knew there was going to be spin on the ball. Still should have been an easier play. Let that. Again, coach is going to come out again, another conversation here.
I think at this point for the first baseman, I think he had it, but I think he was so concerned about getting to first, right? And at that point, like he didn't even secure it, and then therefore you make that mistake. You lift up right too quick, too soon instead of getting it, and the pitcher didn't necessarily get over either, so he was going to have to be an unassisted out at that.
Well, it was the same play that the second baseman made. They let it play him a little bit and just bobbled it. First baseman, again, got the hop he wanted, but it had more spin than he thought. And, again, that's the thing with this field. If you get any spin at all and you get a weird hop that doesn't hit you in the glove, you're going to get a bobble. And as good as these Pirates run the bases, you put pressure on the defense. Even a ground ball to first base like that, it puts pressure on them. So now you've got runners at first and third, nobody out. You got a pitching change. I didn't really notice it. But
I didn't either. Who we have up there?
10.
Number 10.
And that was Jordan McCoy. He was at shortstop. I believe it would probably just be a straight change. So Jordan McCoy will come in to pitch. Sorry about that. We didn't catch it quicker.
Let's see what he's done here. Jordan McCoy, a sophomore. He's had 2 starts, 11 innings pitched. 19 hits, 14 runs, 7 earned runs. He has 1 win and 1 loss, a 4.45 ERA.
Peters didn't have a bad game. He just got, his team behind him did not play well. Again, there's 3 errors already in this inning. They had 3 errors in the first inning. That's 6 errors. Powell County has 6 runs. Only 2 hits, and one of those was a pop-up that didn't get past first base. So,
not even a recorded out at this point.
No. So I just, you hate it for Peters. He didn't pitch bad. I think his pitch count was probably getting up a little bit high. If you want to maybe come back with him on Thursday or Friday with the rules the way they are, you take him out now. You put your other guy in and let him build some minutes, because right now, Powell County is in a position to where they put a bunch of runs on the board, they can end this thing fairly quickly.
You're right.
And you don't want to wear out all your pitchers on the pitch count here early on. But regardless, Bryson Edwards will be up to the plate here. Nobody out. Top of the second. The bases are juiced.
No.
No, first and third. Sorry about that. Yes.
Get Bryson Edwards hit by a pitch. Advanced to second on a passed ball. A stolen base and an eventual run scored. See what he's able to do with McCoy on the mound. High pop fly in the infield. Catcher's going to call it. Nope, the pitcher's going to call it and pop up into the infield.
Swung in the pitch that was ball 1 for sure. That was definitely up out of the zone. Tough pitch again to handle, but it's a pitch that's coming a little bit slower, and you think you can always get on top of that ball, and I'm sorry, not many people can.
No, but to me, anytime they're making a pitching change, if I'm the next player up, I'm letting them throw a couple of times.
Pitches,
I want to see what you have. I'm not going to, even if I feel like that first pitch is it, I'm not willing to take that chance. Runner goes.
No contest
Stolen
at
base
second.
by Dickin.
So 2 in scoring position with Wireman. Ball 1, I believe, would have been the call.
Yes, and he actually had a sacrifice RBI hit to the outfield. It's going to be low. 1, 2, and excuse me. Runner at second and third. Powell County leading 6-0 over Owsley County here. Boys 56 district matchup here. Pull that one foul down the first base line.
And always the heads call.
2-1.
Yeah, always look the duck. When you're supposed to say heads up, duck. Just duck.
Yeah, I don't know why don't we say heads down? Right? We say heads up.
This is what we've always done,
Over to the third, long throw.
See
It's
you
going to
later.
be off the mark. 1 run will score, and the second run's going to score, and Wireman's going to go all the way to second. Another error here. That was on the third baseman, or was that the third baseman?
It was the third
wasn't it?
baseman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just making sure I've got that right. So that will actually bring in Miller, who will score. Lacey Dickin will score.
It's 8-0. They got 7 on the board, but it's 8. And a runner on second
It is
base.
8.
So
Oh, we get a little
we got a cloud.
reprieve. Yeah.
We got a cloud.
Tucker Ramsey, he got
Short break from the sun.
a single and a run scored. But the bases were empty at that point. First pitch going to miss, ball 1.
Now they got the 8th run up. Again, 8-0 is your score. 1 out here in the top of the second.
Might as well just keep batting around, right?
Let's do it. Let's put about 10 on the board.
There's a called strike, 1-1 now to Tucker Ramsey.
Stop him in the third and call it a night.
Might as well.
I can ask for it, right?
Yep. Put it out there, David.
It's there.
Again, Jordan McCoy on the mound now. It's going to be low. Nice job.
I'd even satisfy with 3 or 4 more here, and maybe 3 or 4 more in the next inning, and shut them out in the third. And see you later.
Okay.
Call it a night. Either
Yep.
way, works for me.
Either way. 2 balls and 1 strike to Tucker Ramsey. Going to pop it up. Foul
Playable.
territory.
It was
right at the
fairly
fence.
playable.
Yep.
And that's where you got to be ready if you're at second base. Wireman should have been on the bag ready to go, because he's not the fastest runner in the world, but I tell you what, he should be able to make it third base on that catch had it been made.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Tucker Ramsey, the center fielder. Again, he had a single, stolen base, and a run scored back in the first. Powell County leading 8-0. Here's the 2-2. There's a chopper right to the short. Oh, takes a big hop.
That's just going to be a base hit. Sorry.
Yeah, that is.
That's an impossible play.
Thought he was going to go all the way to second, but he won't. He's going to get the single and the RBI. Again, there's nothing that shortstop could have done on that one.
Not one thing you can do about that one. It's just a concrete hop off the lip right over his head. He had no chance at that one.
It was right to him.
Yeah,
right,
I mean,
in that regard.
But he had to be 10 foot tall to have a chance at that one.
All right, same scenario. What are we doing here?
Well, we're going to steal second.
Well, he did a sacrifice bunt the last time. You going to do it again?
I'm stealing second.
Right up the middle.
Guess what?
And he's going to miss a throw over to
they
first.
got him at first, they said.
And no, they didn't. He was off the bag.
Well, they called him out.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, he did.
No.
But safe at first.
Really?
Really. 6 unassisted at second base.
I'd like to see that again.
Well, I don't think he got there either, but I'm just saying.
Okay, so Ramsey is out on the U6.
He may have been going on that pitch. I wasn't sure if he was going up. The shortstop had gone over to cover in case he did and hit it right to him.
Del Rosario will reach on a fielder's choice. That'll bring up Brody Welch, the designated hitter. Reached on an error, stranded at second base. Left-handed hitter here for the Pirates. Again, Jordan McCoy on the mound at this point in relief for Dalton Peters. Shot to center field and is going to drop, and it will.
Went back 2-3 steps.
Yep.
Fall in front of him. It'd be a base hit, but they're just misjudged from the bat. So now 2 on, first and third. Bring up Lane Rogers.
Hit it to the first baseman to end the inning.
I like it. Frank's telling Lane, go to right field with it. Drive it. Lane hits a lot of balls right field anyway, and he's good at that.
He's batting on the right side this time around.
I always bats right-handed.
Runner's going to go.
no throw. Wise, no throw.
So runners in scoring position. Powell County leading 9-0. Pitch on the inside, called strike.
Well, hello. Strike zone does get wider when you get a big lead, or when you're down big. Zone does get larger.
Off the end of the bat, it's going to be pulled foul.
And the out calls get more frequent, like at second base. Well, he may have got there, but it didn't look like it from here.
I didn't think so. Again, we're not right out there on top of it.
No, he had a great angle. I mean, he was right there. So if he got his foot back on the bag, so be it. I didn't think he was going to, but he did, apparently.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Lane Rogers, the right fielder. 2 outs, runners at second and third for the Pirates here. Looking to get a couple more across. Right down the first base line. It's going to get through. 1 run will
young
score.
Man.
2 runs will score. He sure did. It goes all the way to the fence. He's going to go all the way down to third. Yep, he sure did. So Lane Rogers will end up over at third on
base hit, 2 RBIs.
Yep. Bring in Jordan Del Rosario and Brody Welch.
And we're back at the top of the order.
E9.
So that's 6 in, 11 spot here in the second. Back to the top of the order for the Pirates. So Lane, again, coachable. Frank just come up and said, take it to right, take it to right. And he did. Well, I'll tell you what, you like to have a coachable young man like Lane Rogers.
Again, just a sophomore for the Pirates.
Especially when it's in your family. You know what I'm saying? If you're Frank, it's just.
So Rogers down at third, back up the top of the order. Pitch is going to be low to Dylan Trent. He led things off with a bag, reached on an error, stolen base, and a run scored. Foul that one off. 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Dylan Trent. Again, led off the inning. Pirates leading now 11-0. Drew Miller on deck. If the Pirates can keep it going.
I'd like to get a couple more here, make it easier in the third if we don't. There is 2 outs, so come on, Dylan. Base it up the middle.
Foul off, well out of play.
Heads up, everybody, as they say.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
I'll still say heads up to people, but I know it's a dumb thing to say. But it's
I guess your heads up, everybody look for it, but at that point you're looking up and you
right in the nose.
Yeah. Here's the pitch. It's going to be high. 2-2. But at this point, if you ever said heads down, nobody would
have a clue what you're talking about. No. He's right in the top of the head because you didn't duck.
Well, I think I'd rather have that than a broken nose, probably. 2-2.
All semantics.
Going to step off the rubber. McCoy.
See, we're entertaining this guy. At least he's laughing at us,
Well, I appreciate that.
I don't think anybody in the audience might be. I don't know.
Probably not. Gonna foul that one off again.
It's a hard foul. When it's 11-0, you got to find something humorous to talk about.
Well, if anything, we're at least entertaining, whether people like it or not.
Well, I just want to entertain myself, nothing else.
Well, we do that too. We laugh at ourselves and laugh at each other. Just having a good time out here on a beautiful day. Oh, Dylan. He swung and missed.
Well,
it's an out. Yeah, that's it. That's 3.
It's 3, but I thought it bounced.
Why he didn't. Well, I did too. I don't know how he didn't get him to throw it down to first. But regardless, that's going to be the first recorded strikeout.
That'll end the second.
Powell County will lead 11-0. We'll take a break here on the Powell County Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Kayla Carroll, Marketing Director for CG Bank. Here at CG Bank, community means everything. It's why we do what we do. At CG Bank, we are your hometown bank, and we are here for you because we are you. We are not here just building business, but building relationships. That's community banking. That's my bank. Stop by any of our convenient locations in Irvin, Richmond, Berea, or Stanton and see what community banking is all about. Or visit us online at www.cg.bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Loan subject to approval. Contact an employee for further information about applicable fees and terms.
Spring has sprung in the mountains, and that means it's the perfect time to upgrade your device and your savings with Appalachian Wireless. Right now, you can get the new iPhone 17e, the iPhone 17, or the Samsung A17 on us when you choose a qualifying plan, or take advantage of up to $800 in device savings on select devices. And here's the best part for our new customers. Port your numbers to Appalachian Wireless and get up to 6 months of free service. So don't wait. Spring into savings today, or visit us online at AppalachianWireless.com, because we are your neighbors and this is your network. We are Appalachian Wireless.
You're listening to PCSN.
And welcome back here to Charles Childers Field, the Powell County High School Baseball Complex and the Stanton City Park. Again, the park has done a really nice job of what they have going on. I wish somebody would come in here with a roller, though, Ken, and some dirt and really kind of try to level this up a little bit, because we have got some major humps and valleys and bumps and stuff going on here, especially on the back side of the play. And I remember the infield, it's kind of like this as well. So it could use a little maintenance. Again, this is the wetter area, so it's softer, so it will settle more. I get all that. Again, the drainage does run this way and toward third base still. So that's where you get these little dips and valleys going on more often. So we are at number 3, Michael Gabbard, third baseman. Flew out to second base his first time up.
So I have the 4, 5, and 6 hitters.
Yep.
Here in the top of the third, Owsley County up at the plate, trailing 11-0. Bryson Edwards on the mound for the Pirates. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for a foul ball.
Yeah, Bryson got a little pitching advice from Coach Begley as he walked off as far as what we were talking about a little bit. Go ahead and throw it instead of trying to guide it, which we thought the same thing. I think Josh thought the same thing we did.
Pop it up.
That could be us.
It could be.
Heads up.
Right off the aluminum.
We do have the tent. Forgot we were protected tonight. Do have the tent to protect us from the rain, the sun, and the foul ball straight up.
As we do. 0-2. Here's the pitch. It'll be high. It didn't break on that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you notice what he's doing, though, he's stretching that front leg out right and throwing
reaching
downward.
toward the target, yeah.
Again, great advice over there. So swing.
He did go.
Sure enough, he did. Gonna get strikeout.
Yeah, he got more drive. He's getting more drive with his legs. Again, that's one of the things that I think Josh was talking to him about during the innings, between innings.
Again, it's to your advantage to try and stretch that front leg out right and get that downward.
Yeah, downward angle going to the plate.
And you get a little bit more velocity as well.
And needed the velocity to keep the ball in the strike zone. Throwing much better here in the third.
So Ethan Cottle, the catcher, up at the plate.
You know, I said Lane was very coachable, but it looks like Bryson's real coachable here, going back to the mound here in the third.
0-1. Going to be high 1-1 now to Ethan Cottle. He flied out on a pop fly to third base in foul territory. 1-1 now. David Gibson on deck for the Owls, trailing 11-0 here to Powell County. There's a called strike.
Looks like they must have a JV game scheduled after this. They got a lot of players still around here tonight. More Pirates in uniform tonight than I've seen in a while.
Here's the pitch. High 2-2.
We're not going to hang around for it. We're just throwing that out there. If you want to come out, I think they may have a JV game scheduled here. I'm not sure, but
they won't let us. Got to be in when it gets dark.
Yeah.
2-2.
It gets late. Prom week here, by the way, this week.
It's kind of interesting. It's been very quiet.
About prom?
In many respects, I feel like that. You hear about it all week.
A little bit earlier, maybe a week earlier than normal.
No, either that or everybody that I'm hanging around with doesn't have any kids that are of age.
Well,
to get to walk.
I just know that I'm glad I'm not coaching during prom week. It's a horrible week to coach girls in prom week.
So a strikeout and now a walk, and that'll bring up David Gibson, the second baseman. He struck out his first plate appearance as Cottle, the catcher, down at first. Again, David Gibson up at the plate. Owsley County trailing Powell County 11-0 here in a 56 district matchup.
Again, kind of got in that one from the stretch. He's more got in them off the stretch than he did from the full windup. Again, we did have the game scheduled for Friday night, which was the Wolf County game we mentioned earlier about softball. That was a game that had been canceled earlier on in the season because when they scheduled the prom, they canceled that game. It was just left on there until they could maybe find another one to pick up. But knowing this prom week, I know what the coaches decided. We're not playing tonight for prom.
Yeah, they shouldn't anyway.
Totally get it.
Yep, should not. Here's the pitch. Come to the backstop. Long throw, and
you know what?
It's going to be off the mark.
If he was just kind of coasting a second, Drew had a chance at him.
Yes, he did. Yeah, threw it a long way. It was off the mark, but still, nice throw. He'll get the
Yeah, I'm not saying that he was coasting a second, but that play was closer than it should have been. He got the hard bounce off the back wall.
2-0 to Gibson. Runner at second now. Here's the pitch. It's going to be high. 3-0. Again, he's gotten away from what got him there.
Yeah,
right?
nobody throwing, but it's in the stretch. It's a little bit different.
It is.
I think, Bryce is having an easier time to get there from where he was in the full windup. In the stretch, a little bit harder time digging out and reaching.
Going to get another walk. So back-to-back walks. That'll put runners at first and second. That'll bring up Jacob Begley, the first baseman, popped up.
And a visit
in the infield to
from Coach Spencer.
Bryson Edwards.
And again, I just think that's it for Bryson. He's going to come out. Lane Rogers is going to take the mound, and we'll see where Bryson goes from there. But I know the finger was out the lane. Actually,
he's pitched 2 2/3 innings, giving up 7 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned runs, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts.
Well, Lane's slowly coming in. I'm not sure Lane knows it's him or not.
Well, let's take a break.
Oh, it's not Lane. So
it is not. No, you're exactly right. He started to come in, but it's not.
John Creech. That's who we pointed to. He pointed to second baseman. Right. Creech. Maybe Rogers will take second base. We'll go over the lineup in a minute. We'll go ahead and take a break here. Come back with baseball action here on WSKV.
Georgetown, Bourbon, Bluegrass, and Clark Regional. 4 hospitals that have been the heart of our communities for generations, where neighbors care for neighbors and families find comfort close to home. Now we're strengthening that promise. As CenterPoint Health, we combine decades of experience with a wider range of advanced services, all centered on you. Together, we share a commitment to making care close, reliable, and personal. CenterPoint Health, it's care that specializes in you. Find your center at centerpointhealth.com.
Toyota South in Richmond is moving forward. Family owned and operated since 1915. Meet General Manager Charlie Johnson.
As a native of Powell County, I would like to personally invite you to take the short drive to Toyota South in Richmond. Between Toyota South and our 5 other dealerships, we keep around 600 used cars, trucks, and sport utility vehicles. So, regardless of what you're looking for in a used vehicle, chances are we have it, and as General Manager of Toyota South, I will make your short drive well worth your time. Come see me soon at Toyota South in Richmond.
Toyota South in Richmond. Online at toyotasouth.com or call their friendly staff at 877-605-4326.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
And welcome back. Just in time for a pitch by John Creech, who is taking over for Bryson Edwards. 2 on, 1 out here in the third.
Edwards, it looks like, will go to right field, and Lane Rogers will go to second, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct to hit him.
Hit by a pitch on the first pitch. It's going to load him up. Ball just didn't break. That'll bring up Jared Napier, center fielder.
Well, let's see if we can get another one of these bases loaded jams. Owsley County's left. We're in the third. They left 6 on already.
Yeah. Each inning, the base
is
loaded.
Yes, each inning. Now they base loaded again. Let's see if something can happen for the Owls here in the third.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 1 to Napier.
This is a point to where it is throw strikes, please. Put it in play. Let's make a play and get out of this.
Yep. Here's the pitch from Creech. Swing and a miss. Strike 2.
You know, I don't care what level of baseball you're playing. It's about throwing strikes. Can't walk people.
No. Here's another pitch. Miss. Ball 1.
Saw a weird thing the other night in a Reds game with the I forgot who they're playing. Who they played today, but I think there's 15 walks in a major league game. That's just crazy.
Strike out. Yeah, sure enough. Foul tip. Oh, no, did he not hold on to it? I guess Miller did not hold on to it.
Well, I guess he did not. So I had him rung up in my book here.
I did too.
No offense, Mr. Nickel.
It was a foul tip, but I thought he had it. He didn't. Gonna miss. 2-2.
We still got 2 more opportunities for him to strike out, I guess, right?
Man, that sun is almost blinding. Even wearing glasses.
Yeah. We're not too far away, Ken, from sun delay time.
Take the count full.
Nowhere to put him, Mr. Creech.
Nope. Let's get him out right here.
Again, came in kind of cold here, so.
John Creech, one of the seniors on this team as well. Here's the pitch. Gonna miss. Gonna get up the walk and the run.
Messed my book up.
So let's see. That's 3 walks and a hit by a pitch.
Yeah, no hits on the inning, so bring up Perez here, who flew out the center his last time up, which was a very short center. So now they have a run on the board, 11-1 the score, and threatening.
Here's the pitch. I'll foul that one off.
Definitely a free swinger. He sees it, he wants to hit it, and there you go, right?
See, Perez, remember, he's just an 8th grader. Here's the pitch. Gonna pop it up.
In the infield,
be
infield
fly.
fly.
In the infield, and I'll make the catch.
If you're a really brave player, you let that drop and hope they do something silly.
I get that.
You know, I'm just saying, but kind of maybe a bush play, but
2 outs now. So that was Dylan Trent who came in the shortstop to get that one. We'll head to the top of the order.
And they got their best part of their order coming up here.
Dalton Peters. Here's the pitch from Creech. Oh, there's a shot to center field.
Yeah, he's
going to
burned.
go back. It's going to go all the way to the fence. 1 run in. 2 runs are going to come in. 3 runs will come in, and it's going to be a stand-up double for Peters.
And what do we say about playing in?
Don't do it.
Not that far in. We playing really shallow on these guys, and to me, when the bases are loaded, I understand you don't want to give up a ball in front of you, but when they get one like that, that's a normal out. We're in normal fielding position, but we were playing way in. Again, you give up something to get something, so a double, 3 RBIs for Peters. He's at second base. We are now 11-4. What could have been, may have been early night, no more.
No more. Now Braden Smith, the left fielder, he had a single, his first plate appearance, a walk. Both times he was stranded on the bag. Here's the pitch. The outside for ball 1.
Yeah, that ball really maybe the hardest, well, definitely the hardest hit ball of the night for either team.
Agreed, yeah. The wind not necessarily blowing at this point.
That's kind of dead right now.
Pitch. It's going to be a base hit. Oh, no, nice job by Wireman. He's going to throw it behind, and nobody's going to cover the home plate, and the run will score.
Yeah, that's when Lacey's got to come in and cover home. Didn't happen, so the runner's going to score on that E1, I guess. Or E3, but that to me is a tough play. So we're going to give the error to Wireman. But that was going to be a tough play regardless to Creech. Not a normal pitcher. Don't know how much they worked on it. But
could have been a base hit just as easily in that regard, as far as the way he pulled him way off the bag, and then nobody necessarily covered. Pitch is going to be a called strike to Jordan McCoy. And
so, you know, whether how you cut his slicer or dice it, they had stranded 6. They've now scored 5 here. Got a runner at first base. They're back in this game again.
Shot down the third base line and an error for the Pirates. Yep. So McCoy will reach first. That will send Smith down to second.
And they'll bat around.
And they will bat around.
Again, all started with a strikeout here in the inning, and then wound up with two walks, a hit batter, and since then, another walk, and here we go. The triple, an error. Whew.
Yep. Here's the pitch. Big cut, swing and a miss for strike 2 on Gabbard. They're playing with 2 outs here. They've done just about all the damage with those 2 outs, really.
Yeah, this inning could have been over with a couple times, right?
Yep. Couple errors for the Pirates.
Shot.
It's in the gap, too.
Score a couple.
That might get them all the way around. 2 runs will score. They're going to throw it all the way in and no play, and he's going to get the double. They were playing in yet again, David. So that'll clear the bags as that will bring in Smith from second.
That was Gabbard, right?
McCoy. That was. Bring in McCoy from first. And Gabbard with the double and 2 RBIs. And just like that, it's 11-7.
Yeah, when you're playing shallow and still get the gapper, again, it's not going to be caught in the air, but you can cut that ball off without it getting to where he can get a run in from first base. And two outs doesn't hurt that either.
11-7 now.
Contests. We're back in the game.
Yep. Pitch is going to miss.
You just gave Owsley County every chance in the world to think they're in this game.
Again, you started off with a strikeout, right? And it just kind of imploded from there.
Got him.
Yep, sure enough. Hit by a pitch. Send him down to first. Going to bring up David Gibson. Struck out, had a walk, a run scored in this inning.
You know, that's why I don't know what the pitching situation is. I don't know who's available as far as Wireman or Dickin or Trent. I don't think Trent's available at all, really. But again, maybe
Wireman and Dickin pitched last night.
Okay, so this is pretty much what you got, right?
I believe so. There's the pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Now I don't know how many pitches Dylan threw on Monday.
He came in to.
He's over 50 though, wasn't
it? He came in to close.
Okay, he's probably still has innings in.
Foul tip for strike 2. 0-2 now to David Gibson. 2 outs. Runner at first and second for Owsley County. 7 runs here in the inning. Need to fix the bulbs out there on the scoreboard. The pitch. Strike.
Ooh.
Yep, struck him out.
We'll take it.
They'll get 7 runs across, though. Going to make it a game, 11-7. Powell County will come up to the plate here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. We'll take a quick break on the Powell County Sports Network.
Are you looking for top quality physical therapy services in Powell County? Discover Apex Network Physical Therapy. Apex provides personalized care in a welcoming and comforting atmosphere. Committed to delivering exceptional results, Apex ensures that your therapy sessions are both relaxing and effective. Call 606-717-1396 to make an appointment today. Apex Network Physical Therapy, 156 West College Avenue in Stanton.
Hearn Funeral Home has been family-owned since 1939 and is currently under the direction of Hondo Hearn. They have proudly served the families of Powell County and other surrounding counties for over 75 years, helping them to celebrate with compassionate care, dignity, and respect at an affordable price. Contact Hearn Funeral Home for all your pre-planning needs at 606-663-4375.
You're listening to PCSN.
Welcome back here to the Powell County Sports Network's coverage of Powell County athletics, baseball, district baseball action tonight. And again, it is Powell County versus Owsley County. And what was a 11-0 lead going into the top of the 3rd is now 11-7. Powell County is still on top, but only by 4. When I was thinking we could get out of here in 3 or 4 innings, this is going to continue here in the 3rd inning.
Only 2 hits.
Yes.
Right? 2 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, 2 hit by pitch, a couple of errors, and then they still leave 2 on, but managed to get those 7 runs across.
I'm going to throw this number at you real quick, though. It has been 4 hits in the game for Owsley County. 3 hits for the Pirates. They've out-hit us.
Yeah.
I'm not talking bad about it. I'm just saying they've committed 8 errors in 2 innings on the field. Powell County just committed 2 there in the 3rd, but it has been the free passes. We got away with it in the 1st and 2nd inning. Left the bases loaded in both those 2 without Owsley County scoring. We were kind of living on the edge, if you will. But it came to end there in the third where we, again, led off the end with a strikeout. No problem. And then we walked the next two, hit one. What we thought was a strike three foul tip in the mid must have been dropped. Wound up being a walk or a hit by walk. Yes, walk. Then a pop out for the second out, followed by the double over Ramsey's head, and then the error at first base, and then the error at the third, and then the double in the gap. Again, positioning a factor. The first ball by who was it? By, I guess, Peters was stung deep to center field on a infield that was playing way in. Ramsey had no chance at that one, and a ball in the gap in left center. They were still playing in, so by the time they got to the ball, they had no angle to cut it off short. Went all the way to the fence and allowed all 3 runs to score, and they have really did a good job for themselves in the third inning and made this game a game, and it really probably shouldn't be.
No, we've got another pitching change. Michael Gabbard now on the mound. 4 2/3 innings, 10 hits, 30 runs, 21 earned runs, 22 walks, 3 Ks, a 31.50 ERA. Let's see what the Pirates can do here as Drew Miller will lead things off, the number 2 hitter in the lineup. Got a little sidearm action. You notice that?
Yeah, but if he can't find it around the strike zone, it won't be effective. You stand there and just take all day if you want. But with the amount of walks he's given up that you talked about versus a strikeout, it's so scary. You're back in the game, and now it's you're putting statistically in a player who shouldn't be able to get the job done. So 1-1 the count. They got that one over, and Miller couldn't do anything with it.
But on one hand, why would someone be doing a sidearm? Why would that be in this day and time? Why is he pitching sidearm?
There's guys making millions that throw sidearm, 3/4 underhand, still in the majors, and they're very. You can throw a lot. Again, it's a better arm angle. You don't get a lot of shoulder injuries that way.
Just a sophomore. Foul that one.
It's also a specialty kind of thing. You can usually go in and throw more and really throw the batters off.
I get it.
They do some. He's not even real sidearm. He's not 3/4, but definitely. But he's more of the sidearm pitch, and he lets it go high. So again, with that, you just kind of turn the ball over a little bit, not throw like a screwball. Actually, get the ball to go down a little bit.
Full count. Drew Miller, Lacey Dickin on deck. See if the Pirates can get some runs.
We got to answer here.
Yep.
Got to have some kind of answer.
I think you got to get about 5 or 6 or so if you can, right?
Yeah, try to get them all back.
Yeah.
If not, the longer you allow a team to stay in the game, the longer they believe it, and the more chance they have to come back. Plus now you may wind up with a sun delay. We may here be for a while if that happens. So.
Now stepping up to the plate, Lacey Dickin reached on an error and has scored twice.
Behind him.
In front of us. As that's going to send Miller down to second. Obviously, it's a ball well out of the strike zone. Well, behind the batter, actually. Lacey Dickin on deck, Bryson Edwards.
I'm kind of interested to see what Powell County decides to do in the bottom or the top of the 4th inning, whether they come back with Creech or do they bring in a Dylan Trent if he's got pitches left. I don't know what they have left. I haven't tracked it as far as numbers of pitches. You said Wireman and Dickin both went last night, but how many does one of those two have left?
I don't know. To me, though, I would have stuck with Edwards. I would have carried on just to have seen, right, they hadn't scored any runs. Granted, he gave up 3 walks, but I'm just saying stick with him, right? Well, let's see if you can get out of it.
In hindsight, I know what you're saying. At the time, may have been a good move. In the stretch, he just could not throw the ball over. Got himself in a little bit of a bind with the walks to go to the stretch. So,
but I'm letting him, again, try and see if he can't get out of that jam. There's a strike.
Well, you got to trust your fielders to make some plays, and we didn't make the plays for John there in the inning, but he also didn't throw enough strikes, and when he did, they hammered him. So, definitely throwing at a speed Owsley County could handle.
The runner goes, and Miller easily in third for the stolen base.
Yep. The ball was dropped by the catcher. There's no play, but
3-1 is the count, is what I have on Lacey Dickin.
I think that is correct, but what do we know looking at the scoreboard? You can't look at our scoreboard. We know that.
There's The pitch. High is going to miss.
Definitely 3 balls, so he was.
So back-to-back walks. That will send Lacey Dickin over to first. Drew Miller down at third.
But
Bryson Edwards stepping up to the plate, hit by a pitch, and then popped it up to the pitcher.
That was the pattern of this pitcher, right?
Yeah.
Or the walk. So you got to think Miller's going to be off and running here. Again, the game is now a 4-run game. But
You mean Dickin?
I mean Dickin, yes. Big lead at first.
Runners on the corners for the Pirates. Here's the pitch.
Went on the pitch. He actually broke really early that time.
Called strike to Bryson Edwards.
I think he was taking all the way to let Dickin get to second base.
Yep. Agreed.
Don't blame him anyway for the take.
Being the first time you've seen him, I like just kind of hanging out. Pitch on the outside, 1-1.
I think with some work, this kid, if he can get control, he could be very effective from that sidearm delivery. Just needs some work. Shot
to center field. And the center fielder will come in, and he'll make the catch, and Miller will come in and come across the plate. Pirates will get a run. Dickin stays at second, so fly out to center field for Edwards for out number 1.
And that was the hardest hit ball of the night for the Pirates. Just a little lazy fly ball to center, but again, have not made hard contact, have the Pirates tonight.
Ethan Wireman stepping up to the plate, has a sacrifice RBI, reached on an error.
Whew. Close.
First pitch is going to miss for ball 1.
Ethan's thinking, I might like to have that one back.
We can keep those clouds over there. Not too bad where we are now. Runner goes to third, and he's going to be safe, didn't even slide.
Well,
they're getting a good
takes
jump.
a risk when you do that. He almost ran into a tag right there.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. 1-1 the count. There's a chopper right to the shortstop. The runner will come in. And a bad throw or catch. I'm not sure which. Maybe the catch.
It pulled him off the bag, but it's a ball you got to bring in and maybe even get a tag down. I'm going to give that error on the first baseman.
I think so. I agree with that. Because he had it, right?
Yeah.
And then he snapped his glove. And
still got an RBI on the play. Runner was breaking on contact, so Ethan will pick up the RBI, brings up Ramsey here with 1 out here in the inning. Need a long inning again.
Foul that one off. They need to be getting some lights on.
Soon. Yeah. Not long. Again, the sun hiding behind those clouds is saving us right now, but we're not too far away from a active sun delay if that sun peeks back out below the clouds here.
And it's unfortunate that those trees are not full.
And aren't going to be. That one is dead.
I mean,
right? Yeah.
If you look at the one in left field, right, if that one was out there, we'd be golden. Throw down to second, and he's going to get there.
Big E gets a stolen base.
Pitch was a ball to Ramsey. It's going to be 1-1 is what I have. The Pirates have gotten 2 across. They'll push that lead back out to 6. High pop fly. It's going to be back here behind us.
I'm not worried right now. The tent is up. Thanks to our good production crew.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Jacob Neal helping us out here. Nevaeh Bridgeman back in the studio. This is Ken Simon along with David Faulkner. Powell County Pirates playing host to the Owsley County Owls. 13-7 is your score. Going to go behind him.
Good job by the catcher. Keep that in front. Not let Wireman have third base. I don't know what the count is. It's
2-2 is what I have.
Okay.
They're right.
I was lost for a second. I thought he had 3, but why am I counting? I guess Ramsey swung at one high I thought shouldn't have swung at, but
that's when he fouled off.
Yeah.
Here's the 2-2. Be on the outside. Count's going to go full.
Catcher definitely getting his milkshake order ready for after the game because he's worked hard back here behind the plate.
Yeah, Ethan Cottle. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Still just 1 out here in the inning. Powell County with the runner over at second. The runner will go. Throw down to second, and he's going to get there. Go. Going to go home.
Biggie.
Going to. Yep.
The blur.
As Wireman will come in. He's going to score twice here tonight. And we'll send Ramsey down to first.
Picked up 2 stolen bases and then scores on the throwing error. by the catcher. So another error piling up now for Owsley County.
14-7. They've doubled them up. Jordan Del Rosario up at the plate. Runner goes. High throw. And we'll get us another stolen base.
Just got to think, though, had we held them, which we didn't in the third, one more run would have ended this thing.
It would have.
Daggone it. My prediction would have come true.
You can even go back to the pitching change. I would have just stuck with Edwards and then see what happens. You know what I'm saying? Again, they didn't score, so I get that he kind of tapered off.
He had a big lead, right?
Well, then the other night, though, in the game, Lacey Dickin kind of did the same thing, right? But he got himself out of that jam. Chopper down to third.
Tough play.
Go off, tough play, long throw,
Got
out.
him.
Yep, sure did. Ramsey will go down to third.
That was a nice play there by the third baseman. Kind of knocked it down, picked it back up, took his time, made a throw. That brings up Welch, who singled his last at bat. On a little flyer pop-up, wasn't it?
That was. He reached on an error his first plate appearance, and a single, stolen base, and a run scored. Pitch on the outside, going to miss for ball one.
Grade's Brody in. You know?
Say that again.
What grade is Brody in?
I'll pop it up right here behind us.
At the van. Nope. That's right behind us. I'll try to scare Ethan if he's listening.
Junior.
Junior, okay.
The lone junior, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't think they had any juniors.
I don't think so either.
I guess it's Brody. Where's my old number 14? I used to wear that number when I got to play very little.
1-1 the count now to Welch, left-handed hitter for the Pirates. Here's the pitch. Right back to the pitcher. Throw over to first, and they'll get it. So a 1-3 ground out for out number 3. The Pirates will come away with 3 runs. They'll lead 14-7. Now we'll head to the top of the fourth. You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
For generations, Whitaker Bank has been a name Kentuckians know and trust. We believe in steady guidance, strong relationships, and being there when our community needs us the most. From everyday banking to long-term financial goals, you can depend on Whitaker Bank to stand beside you today and for years to come. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Rogers Hardware and Building Supplies is working hard to serve you with great service, better prices, and top-of-the-line materials. Stop in and check out our new showroom, complete with everything you need to help you build your first home, renovate your current, or create the space you've always dreamed of. We'll help you find what you need to build from the ground up or to bring new life to an old space. Let our seasoned professionals help you find exactly what you're looking for at Rogers Hardware, where we have everything to build anything. Located at 176 East College Avenue in Stanton. And don't forget, you can text Rogers, that's ROGERS, to 606-663-2811 for up-to-date info, offers, and special deals.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
And welcome back here to Charles Childers Field, Powell County High School baseball field, and the Stanton City Park here with Ken Simon, Dave Faulkner with you here tonight. I tell you, it's just been a weird game. No hits there in the third for the Pirates, and they still only have 3 hits and 14 runs on the board. Owsley County with 10 errors through 3 innings and several walks as well. So that's really piled up. Powell County has given up 4 hits, and they've had quite a few walks as well and a couple errors there in the third to allow them to score the 7 runs. Now, it's Owsley County trying to rebound here and come back again. There's 7, 8, 9 hitters here in the fourth.
Leading off will be Jacob Bagley, the first baseman. John Creech on the mound now for the Pirates. He popped out and was hit by a pitch, and the run scored. And he'll get the bat around on that one.
Lights are on, by the way.
A strike, foul ball. Maybe they'll listen to us.
They heard you saying, get the lights on. Again, the sun is still a little bit of a factor. There's enough clouds right now to really kind of
block it, but it's not going to last much
longer.
Swing and a miss, almost a golf swing.
That's just swinging and hoping you hit it.
Yep, 0-2 now to Jacob Bagley, the first baseman. 7, 8, 9 hitters. Jared Napier on deck, and Jorge Perez. And froze him on that one. Nice job by John Creech to get the strikeouts. Back-to-back strikeouts for John Creech now.
Who's looking?
Yep, that'll bring up Jared Napier. Walked both times, stranded at third, and had a run score.
Yeah, he got that key at bat there for them in that last inning when had a couple runners on, and we thought he had a caught foul tip strike 3, and it was actually dropped, so that continued the inning.
There's the pitch. Called strike.
Now the sun is a little bit more of a factor for the batters.
Yeah. Creech looks like he's settling in a little bit more at this point, doesn't he?
Yes.
Especially facing the first 2 batters here.
You know, the good thing with John getting hit for is if he needed some more work, he could go down to the pen, throw some, not worry about getting the bat. And he may have done that. I didn't really pay attention to see if he did, but he may have went down to get some throws in.
Sun's definitely going to start causing us problems. Strikeout. Yeah, sure enough. Back-to-back strikeouts, 3 in a row, actually going back to the last inning. That'll bring up Jorge Perez, the right fielder, flat out to center field, flat out to left field.
Tell you what, that Perez name, man, there's been a lot of really good Major League players with that name, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Tony for the Reds, and you got Salvador, who's going to be a future Hall of Famer for Kansas City. A lot more Perez's than that. That's just a couple right off the top of my head. Eduardo, even Tony's son, played a little bit in baseball. But that's been a very big name as far as baseball is concerned. Good hustle, Coach.
I'll foul that one off for strike 1. And I'm not so sure we're going to get to the bottom of the inning. Here's the pitch. Chopper down to the third base.
Well, they're going to do whatever they can to try. I will promise you that.
I totally agree. Yeah.
Again, that's you still have to win by 15. Again, we're nowhere near that mark. So this game's going to continue at least through 5 innings, I would think. But if you hold them here and you score 4 or 5 more runs here in the 4th.
Pitch, swing and a miss. He's going to get 3 consecutive strikeouts. So 1, 2, 3 inning, 4 consecutive strikeouts for John Creech as they'll come up empty here in the top of the 4th. Powell County will lead 14-7. We'll be right back here on the Powell County Sports Network.
Mercy Medical Clinic of Powell County, a service of Markham and Wallace Memorial Hospital, is personal primary care for you and your family. Receive the best care from highly trained physician Dr. Julie Kennan and family nurse practitioners Sandra McCoy and Felicia Estes right here in your community. Mercy Medical Clinic of Powell County, located on Irvin Road in Clay City, is convenient primary care with same-day appointments. Call 606-663-2153 to schedule your appointment today. New patients are being accepted. Trust Mercy Medical Clinic of Powell County. Friends and family caring for friends and family.
You deserve a bank that truly values you. At People's Exchange Bank, they pride themselves on providing personalized service that other banks just can't match. Whether you're needing a checking account, a home loan, or financial advice, our team of local professionals have you covered. Visit 53 East Pendleton Street in Stanton or visit them online at pebank.com. Join their family of satisfied customers today and experience the hometown difference at People's Exchange Bank, where banking is about you. People's Exchange Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. You're listening to PCSN.
And welcome back here to Stanton City Park and Charles Childers Field for baseball action. It is bottom of the 4th inning, Powell County leading 14-7 after having an 11-0 lead in the 3rd. Powell County giving up 7 in the 3rd inning off 2 pitchers. And going to battle now to see if we can continue a little bit of a comeback from that gap. Again, we stopped them there. Good pitching there in the 4th by Creech, who struck out 3 consecutive batters. And actually wound up with 4 consecutive batters, but going back to the last inning to get out of that jam. So the 6, 7, 8, and 9 hitters all struck out by Creech. You want to put some runs on the board here. Again, they got the little sun issue. The pitcher may be coming from the sun to sidearm as he throws. But it will be for the Pirates, Rogers, and then the top of the order, Trent and Miller. But this is one of the reasons you put Rogers at the 9 spot. If the 8 spot does make it out, you have Rogers here leading off. And to me, Rogers has been one of their best hitters most of the season. I like him in the 9. His speed. He's got one of their 3 hits tonight.
Here's the pitch. I'll foul that one off down the first base side.
Never saw that ball. And Lane has one of those inside-out type swings. He has a good propensity to go to right field after he hits the ball. And a guy that goes and sprays it to right, it's hard to get out.
Michael Gabbard on the mound. Right up the middle. Going to get through?
Yes.
And it does. So get the leadoff single. A rare hit for the Pirates.
Yeah, they're only their fourth. And we tie Owsley County on the game for 4 hits. Rogers with 2 of those. So Lane has half the Pirate hits from the 9 spot.
That'll bring up Dylan Trent, leadoff hitter in the lineup.
Yeah, but you've got speed on first now. He's definitely going to be going.
Probably on the first pitch.
I would think. Haven't seen him move to first yet from this pitcher.
And he does go.
And that was a modified pitch out.
So he will get the stolen base. But on one hand, if you notice, though, coming from Cottle, the catcher, not necessarily Drew Miller as far as that zip and everything, right? He didn't necessarily have that arm that high.
Yeah, and the slow delivery, and even though I understand the pitch out, but I'd almost just try to throw a strike because we're not going to be swinging at it anyway. Throw a strike. If you get a play at second, fine, but don't get in the hole on this batter right here.
1-1 to Trent with Rogers down at second. He'll go and easily get in.
Not even a throw. But
back stolen.
You're not going to challenge that. That's a huge lead. Again, if I'm in this situation, I'm not going to throw a pitch out to waste a strike on the guy struggles at the mound. That's just me, though.
3-1 now, the count to Dylan Trent. As Cottle basically just had to knock that one down. 14-7 is your score. The Powell County Pirates leading Owsley County Owls Boys 56th District baseball game here in Stanton. Going to be high, and he's easily going to get in, and that will allow Trent to get down to first.
And Trent was thinking about it all the way down.
He was. So Rogers will come in to getting a single back-to-back stolen bases, and Trent with the walk.
And he'll be off just like Rogers was.
And if we just had a little bit of full tree coverage right there, I mean, we're not that far off from really it not being an issue, are we?
That's first throw over. He hadn't went fully set yet. No, you're right. Again, if you could afford something to put up there about 30 foot tall, you could cut it all out.
How about if you go take that tree in left field and
transplant
dig it up, and it's worth a shot. Oh,
got him!
It did. It hit him on the
helmet.
Right in the helmet. Sure enough. So the runner was going in Trent anyway, but still hit by a pitch to Miller. Ladies, okay. That was dangerous.
Well, fortunately, he doesn't throw really hard, and everything kind of is a curveball from him. So that brings up Dick in here with 2 on, nobody out, trying to really stretch this thing out here if they can.
We'll say this. Trent scored twice. Miller scored 3 times. Lacey Dickin has scored 3 times. So, I mean, this is 7 runs from the top 3 hitters. Runner goes. Throw down to third, and nothing going on there in that regard. Easy double stolen base for Trent and Miller. Pitch was a ball to Lacey Dickin. You got to get some more runs across. 15-7 now is the score. I'll foul that one off. Or no, it's going to be right field. Second baseman going to try and get it. And he'll not.
He did catch it.
He did.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
And hope that's an E. Who is that? Trent.
Yep. As the runner will come in, he'll be safe. And
Trent's hurt.
Yep.
So sac fly for Dickin. And then an error on the throw. Scores Miller. We'll step away for a break. Be back in a moment.
Hey, I'm Morgan from St. Ace Hardware. At Ace, I enjoy helping every customer with each of their unique projects. Some are doing huge renovations or redecorating, and others are just touching up paint and need a color match or some replacement hardware. It doesn't matter to me because they come to St. Nice Hardware and trust us with their project. We are constantly getting new products and are working hard to make it easier for people to find the products they know and trust, as well as innovative new products they didn't even know existed. Shop local, save money, and get quality products from people who love this community. We are St. Nice Hardware, supporting the broadcast of our Powell County Pirates.
At Powell County Farm Bureau, they pride themselves on helping customers in Stanton and the surrounding area get the insurance coverage that's right for them. With a local team of agents, including James Dennis and Anna Tipton, claims staff, and customer service representatives, their members enjoy unmatched dedication and personal attention. Call 606-663-2222 or stop in today at 170 Court Street in Stanton, and let them show you why they're Kentucky's insurance company. That's your Powell County Farm Bureau. Big on commitment. You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Welcome back. And Dylan Trent able to walk off under his own power after the whatever happened at the plate, whether he slipped on the plate or made contact with the catcher coming in. But anyway, both runs did score on the short fly ball to right to the second baseman, and the overthrow allowed Miller to score from second base. So good base running by the Pirates. Puts it back up to a 17-7 lead here with one out and nobody on for Edwards at the plate.
And the bases are empty. It's going to miss for ball one to Bryson Edwards.
But, Powell County right now is in a situation, I think they need to tack on some runs because the top of their order has really been dangerous for the most part for Owsley, and that's who is up in the top of the fifth.
3 runs here in the inning. There's a shot, and
good hit.
It'll be a base hit right to center field, and a fielding error. He's going to go run all the way to second, and he'll get there. He'll get to third. Nope.
Good aggressive running there by Edwards.
Single in an E.
8. Yep.
8. Yep. Get him to second base. Right up the middle. Ethan Wireman will step up. He's got a couple of runs scored.
A couple stolen bases is going to be big for
Ethan. A couple RBIs as well.
That big stat, though, is those. I'm telling you, after the game, I got 2 stolen bases tonight. Don't care what else has happened, And
again, those 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored, responsible for 4 of those 17 runs. Pitch is going to be off the mark for ball one to Ethan Wireman, the first baseman for the Pirates. 17-7, Powell County scored in every inning thus far. Going to be low. Ball 2.
Yeah, that's the difference. Again, you had 6 left on for Owsley in the first 2, and then Powell County was able to do damage so far in every inning.
There's the pitch. Gonna miss. Edwards will easily trot down to third.
That's just a pass ball that time. Should have been caught. Again, he's had a big night here behind the plate. Done a pretty good job, but has let a couple pop out.
Well, he's had 3 different pitchers so far and
has
kind of been all over the
there.
place. Yep.
Yes.
In the 2-0 count to Ethan Wireman. Let's see him get a big hit here. Oh, there was a strike. I thought he was going to take off on that one.
Good take there, no 2-0. That's an okay take. Greeted there a little bit coming to see us, Monroe Jones. Back into coaching. What do you think about that stuff?
Chopper going to be foul down the third baseline.
Coaching the middle school basketball.
Yeah.
Good to see Monroe back out, giving his knowledge now to some of the younger Pirates coming up.
A little less pressure, and at the same time his grandson is playing.
Yeah.
Enjoy it a little bit
Enjoy the game
more.
a little. I'm sure he enjoys that a lot more than people think.
Definitely. Here's the 2-2. Oh. Foul tip.
Stay alive. It might take some of the golf away from him there. Maybe
at this
in the
point
fall.
He's got time to play golf.
I know. He's going to do that.
Full count now to Ethan Wireman. Here's the pitch. I'll pop that one up. Back
Heads
here
up.
behind us.
Heads up, they say.
Still one out.
A little bit of a crowd here
now,
Ken. Not much, but it's still better than when we started, I believe.
Maybe the JV players. There's a shot
no
left
clue.
field.
Yeah,
Yep,
down.
going to drop in. He'll get the RBI. Is he going to go to second? He will not.
No.
So a
Could
single
have.
and another RBI for Ethan Wireman. been solid here tonight. Edwards will score. Pirates have scored 5 runs, 6 runs, 3 runs, and now 4 runs. They'll lead 18-7 here in the bottom of the fourth.
Looking to plate more. Again, I think they need to plate more if they want to end it in the top of the fifth. Owsley County, again, top of their order coming up. Ramsey at the plate, waiting for something.
2 singles, an RBI, a run scored, a couple of stolen bases, and a walk.
The sun will not get any worse, so if they're not going to call it now, they're not going to call it at all.
Again, there's just enough thin cloud cover out in center field to
throw it off a little bit, right?
Yep, and a lot of shade where we are as well. Pitch going to miss on the outside for ball 1.
I don't think it's to the right enough yet. When it gets a little bit further to the right, it's dangerous.
Here's the pitch. Oh, going to hit him in the back. Another hit by a pitch that will send Wireman down to second. Ramsey over to first.
Almost saw a fight today in the Reds-Giants game after the play last night between when Spencer Steer called timeout. Pitcher got a little upset. Steer had some things to say to the pitcher and then got a base hit. Then today, first pitch, boom. And then
well, you know that's going to happen.
Well, you knew it. Yeah, you knew it was coming. And then about the 7th inning, the game was still 3-0, I believe, at the time. And Connor Phillips got a little revenge, and it didn't clear, but a lot of players stepped on the field to pose like they were upset.
What are we doing here at the Coach Frank Spencer? We're going to get a courtesy runner?
We're going to get a runner in for Wireman, probably.
That's what I thought. Yeah, just making sure. 25?
25.
Who you got on 25?
I don't got a 25. You don't got a 25 either.
Talon Rice.
Talon Rice, you got a 25.
So runners at first and second. Coming up to the plate, Jordan Del Rosario. Sacrifice bunt. Reached on a fielder's choice and a run scored, and then grounded out. He's due for a big hit here. Pass ball. Runners will go. So Rice down to third. Ramsey down to second. I'm running out of room to put all the errors and the pass balls and hit by pitches and all the things.
Yeah, I got to draw a wider box next time.
You know. Well, I'm using the scorebook, and it's,
yeah,
you know.
I'm using a made-up one.
I used to do that, and I got tired of
drawing the lines.
Well, you know.
I know.
There's a called strike. Be 1-1 now to
all right,
Jordan.
Drive it to right field, I'll tell you again. Well, no wind, though. He could hit one out of here for about a 3-run shot.
I'm not even sure they've hit a home run this season. Oh, I'll go right behind him. Nice shot by Cottle to actually come out of that crouch position there and get up to keep that one in his glove. 2-1 now.
Like I said, he has earned his money behind the plate.
He definitely has. It is Cottle, just to check real quick. I want to say he's a sophomore, but a junior.
I don't know why I thought that was ball 4. I was ready to put him on.
I've got 3-1.
I don't have a clue. Now it's ball
4-1. Another walk. It's going to load him up.
And John Creech will hit for himself, right?
That's correct. He'll replace.
Frank goes in and announces him in. That will kill the DH, so it will be Creech now batting for Welch. Here in the 4th.
Al's going to make a pitching
Another change?
Yeah, sure enough. Let's take a break, and we'll come back and get everybody caught up here on the Powell County Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Michael Bucky Wilson, CEO, President of CG Bank. Here at CG Bank, community means everything. It's why we do what we do. At CG Bank, we are your hometown bank, and we are here for you because we are you. We are not here just building business, but building relationships. That's community banking. That's my bank. Stop by any of our convenient locations in Irvin, Richmond, Berea, or Stanton and see what community banking is all about, or visit us online at cg.bank.
Citizens Guaranty Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Qualifications and rules may apply. See institution for details.
GTX Manufacturing prides itself on being a U.S. manufacturing company. providing competitive, low-cost, high-quality products and services. They're centrally located in the U.S., just minutes from Lexington, Kentucky, in Clay City. GTX Manufacturing, supporting the broadcast of your Powell County Pirates. You're listening to PCSN. You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network on your official station for Pirate Athletics, WSKV 104.9 FM Pickup Country, and streaming 24/7 online at listenlikealocal.com.
And welcome back here to the Stanton City Park and Powell County High School baseball action. It is Powell County with 4 runs here in the 4th. They have taken the lead back out to 11. New pitcher on the mound for the Owls will be number 22. That is Braden Smith. Started out in left field and will now be doing the pitching. He's a left-hander.
He actually has 3 starts, 8 1/3 innings pitched, 18 hits, 30 runs, 10 earned runs, 10 walks, 5 Ks, 3 losses, 1 save, and 8.40 ERA. Left-handed pitcher in Smith. John Creech going to be coming up to the plate here. He's the pitcher on the mound for the Pirates. Bases loaded here, just 1 out. See if he can't come up big to help his cause. Again, the Pirates leading 18-7 here against Owsley County in the bottom of the 4th.
You know, if I were Owsley County and you have to face the Pirates again, this is probably the kid I would start. Powell County traditionally does not hit left-handers well at all. I'm not saying he's going to be really effective, but I'm just saying he does not. Powell County normally does not hit lefties. They also don't hit a lot of spin. So those are the 2 things that Powell County usually struggles with. This year, I don't know what they've done here lately, but Powell County in the last 5 games has played better. They've hit better. But prior to that, they weren't hitting very good, but they've picked it up a little bit. And tonight, still, 1 hit here in the inning only gives them 4 hits on the night and equals what Owsley County has on the night. Is that right? 4 hits on the total? 5 hits, excuse me.
Actually,
6 hits. They got 3 hits this inning. Sorry. So they got 6 hits now on the night, where it was 3. Got 3 here in the inning, along with it, and a couple more Owsley County errors. So that takes their error total up to about 12 thus far.
It's really been costly. The errors have really
hurt.
cost the Owls.
Had a couple plays that could have got out of some innings and really restricted the run total for the Pirates. Beginning here, Creech. It's not his first battle on the season, I don't believe.
Is not trying to find him here. 14 plate appearances. Be low. Could take that time for Creech for ball 1. Again, the bases are loaded. Talon Rice down at 3rd. Tucker Ramsey at 2nd. Jordan Del Rosario over at 1st. John Creech up at the plate for the Pirates here. Bottom of the 4th. Pitch. Ball's going to get by. And Rice will come in, and the runners will advance. So we're now Ramsey down to 3rd, Del Rosario to 2nd.
And ball 1 to John Creech. Or is it ball 2?
Ball 2.
Ball 2.
Again, take a walk and get over to 1st. Just as good as a hit.
Yep. At this point in time, wild pitches have really been a factor as well.
What a big Carl Yastrzemski base hit right here.
Yes.
He was 1-9. That's the only reason I said that. It's going to foul that one off. Took a good cut.
Fred Lynn also were not.
Fred Lynn, you're right. He did wear 19.
That number as well for Boston. So
Both
back in
lefties.
75 Red Sox Reds World Series. Tell you what, Fred Lynn was the rookie of the year that year, I believe, or maybe MVP, something. I don't know what. I'm old. I don't remember that one. But anyway.
2 balls and 1 strike now to John Creech. First base is open. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. 19-7 now. Grounder, pulled foul down the 3rd base line. Nice job. Coach Begley there stuck his foot out there to keep that one close.
He's too old to bend over and dig it, you know.
He stopped it.
I just kidding, Josh. I did get to coach Josh, but he has got older because I'm getting older. So
2-2. Really does a nice job. One of the assistant coaches here, Coach Frank Spencer's.
That's a good job of waiting for the ball right there.
It might drop.
Nice catch.
Nice catch behind the back. Here's a throw at home. And going to come in safely will be Ramsey. That Nice job by the shortstop, Dalton Peters. Went back, actually caught it over his shoulder and turned around and threw it home right on the mark, but unfortunately Cottle couldn't pull that one in, so Ramsey will score. So Del Rosario down to third.
And that also
Creech
gives
on the pop out.
Sorry, that also gives Creech an RBI because of the aggressive running there by Ramsey. So, again, they had a play at the plate. It had to be a perfect throw and catch at the plate to be able to get him, even though it was shallow. Shortstop did a really nice job of catching the ball, period. Almost made a miraculous throw at the plate.
20-7 now. Swing and a miss for strike one.
It looked like Lane tried to go yard with that swing.
Hey, it did.
That's an atypical Lane swing right there.
Yeah. 20-7, Powell County leading Owsley County here. Bottom of the fourth. I'll foul that one off the end of the bat. Gonna get down on the count. 0-2 now.
He's got good back control. This is one of the players for the Pirates that I don't mind him getting into 2 strikes because he can really shorten up that bat, shorten that swing, protect that plate. I like his approach.
Here's the pitch. Miss on the outside.
I'm surprised I bragged on him and something bad didn't happen to him right there. But
1 ball and 2 strikes.
What's he hitting on the season, Lane?
He's one of the top ones. Yeah, 368. Second on the team. Here's the pitch. Pop fly in the infield. We're going to call it, and we'll make the catch. Will be the pitcher. So the Pirates will get 6 runs across. Is that right? 3, 6, yeah, 6 across. They'll lead 20-7. We'll head to the top of the fifth. The Pirates can shut them down. They'll come away with the win. Let's see what will happen here coming back on the Powell County Sports Network.
Georgetown, Bourbon, Bluegrass, and Clark Regional. 4 hospitals that have been the heart of our communities for generations, where neighbors care for neighbors and families find comfort close to home. Now we're strengthening that promise. As CenterPoint Health, we combine decades of experience with a wider range of advanced services, all centered on you. Together, we share a commitment to making care close, reliable, and personal. CenterPoint Health, it's care that specializes in you. Find your center at centerpointhealth.com. At Wells Funeral Home, we have years of experience caring for families from all walks of life. Each family comes to us because they know we are leaders in our profession, dedicated to excellence in service, and have the highest integrity. Life is full of opportunities to show someone we love them. One such opportunity is the funeral or memorial service. Such a loving event celebrates the choices they made, the relationship you shared, and honors the memory of your loved one. Together, we will create a fitting and memorable event. Contact us today to discuss the possibilities. Call 606-663-9480 or visit us at 777 West College Avenue in Stanton.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
And welcome back to this high-scoring game here from the Stanton City Park. Powell County baseball. Powell County leads 20-7 over the Owls here. Owsley County is going to have 4 runs to continue the game. And they do have the best part of their order up today. The top of the order has done a good job for the Owls.
Yeah, it'll be Dalton Peters, Braden Smith, Jordan McCoy, then the 4th spot, Michael Gabbard. John Creech on the mound for the Pirates. They were able to get 6 runs across, 5 runs in the first, 6 in the second, 3 in the third, 6 in the fourth, 7 runs for the Owls in the third inning. They trailed 11-7. Again, the Pirates put up 9 runs since that point. Again, John Creech on the mound. Here comes the pitch to Peters. There's a shot, and going to be fair, just foul. Down the third baseline for strike 1 to Peters. In a single, stranded at third, had a walk, stranded at second, had a double, 3 RBIs, and a run scored back in the third. Responsible for 4 of those 7 runs himself. Here's the pitch. Hitting.
I guess it did. Took his time with that one. It took a while to say hit by pitch, but it sounded like it, right?
It did. I thought he did, yeah.
Didn't clip him by much, but.
No, but just enough. even if it was
All
just
it
his
takes.
uniform. Where are we at on the girls? Any idea?
Well, I'm trying to
Just curious.
find it here.
First pitch to Smith is going to be a ball. He had a single, stranded at second, had a walk, stranded at first, reached on an error, and an eventual run scored. Braden Smith on the mound now, started in left field, squares around, throw down to second, and it's going to get off of the glove.
Trent back out there. Good to see Dylan back out on the field.
Yep. Probably going to feel a little bit more tomorrow. Need to get some ice on that knee. I thought that he and the catcher Cottle collided.
Very well could have.
Knees and went off of that shin guard. 1-1 now the count. Here's the pitch home. Miss. 2-1. I know we've talked about this time and time again with Drew Miller behind the plate. He does a great job of framing it up, just kind of easing that pitch, especially on those outside edges where he kind of brings it in slowly, but make the umpire question a little bit. There's a chopper. It's going to be a base hit. Nope.
Nice play by Trent.
And that was a nice play by Trent on the 6-3 ground out. I thought it was going to be a base hit, but he kind of closed out.
He played it like you're supposed to play it. He charged it hard, got on the short hop, and made a good throw to first. So, I mean, that's the only way you can make that play right there.
So Dalton Peters now down at third. Jordan McCoy coming up. Reached on an error, grounded out to the shortstop, and reached on an error and a run scored. Here's the pitch. There's Drake.
In 20-7 your score here. Runner at third base, 1 out.
Let's see what McCoy can do here. He was on the mound himself. Started off in the shortstop position. Throw down to third, and I like that. As far as Drew Miller, you know, he's willing to take a chance and see if he can't get the out, and a nice job down at third base by Lacey Dick, and actually he'd even glove that one. So 0-2 now. Here's the pitch from Creech. Chopper, third base, throw over to first, going to get it. Oh,
he's going to be out at first.
Yeah, he will be out at first and couldn't quite get around. They'll score the run. So 6-3 ground out for out number 2. That'll bring up Michael Gabbard. It's going to make it 20-8. 12-point Pirate lead here. Nobody on the bags now. Just got to get one more out. Pirates come away with the win. And Michael Gabbard popped up, struck out, a double, and 2 RBIs. There's a shot then right to the third baseman, Lacey Dicken, as that line drive will end it. As the Powell Pirates will pick up the win 20-8. We'll step aside real quick and come back and wrap things up here on the Powell County Sports Network.
Hi, this is Kenzie, and you're listening to Dollar Story.
Hi, I'm Maggie, and a part of Dollar Story is where you call a number and you listen to a story.
Hi, I'm Harley. If you want to hear our story, call 606-717-1133. It's 606-717-1133.
Dial a Story is a project of Bowen Elementary School. Let your kids call the number and enjoy the selected story.
Hey Appalachia, it's Kristen from Appalachian Wireless. We believe in building things the right way, strong, reliable, and made to last. That's why Appalachian Wireless has served these mountains for over 30 years, and our 5G network was built, not borrowed. That means dependable coverage and the power of Appalachian Wireless 5G connecting you where it matters the most. Visit us online at AppalachianWireless.com or stop by one of our many retail locations to get connected to a network that's built for Appalachia. We are your neighbors, and this is your network because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Ritchie Mechanical is your local HVAC and refrigeration business for residential and commercial needs. They offer free estimates on new installs and replacements, as well as provide up to a 12-year parts and labor warranty. Give Ritchie Mechanical a call at 606-318-4188. That's Ritchie Mechanical, home comfort you can count on at 606-318-4188.
At Whitaker Bank, you are more than a customer. You are our neighbor. Hi, I'm Cheyenne Townsend, the Retail Market Manager at Whitaker Bank in Powell County. Whether you're opening your first account or planning your next financial step, our team is here with customer service you can count on. Stop by your Powell County branch or call us today. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
And welcome back here to the Powell County High School baseball field. I'm looking for softball score. Baseball field where we are gone final now, 20-8, the final score here from baseball as they're getting ready now on the field for a JV contest. Going to get started a little bit late due to the length of the first game, but a good win for the Pirates at the end.
Where we at 8-10 roughly is when it kind of ended. You're right, it looked early on like the Pirates, they led 11-0. It looked like they were just kind of cruising. And then in that third inning, Owsley County was able to get 7 runs across to make it 11-7. Then the Pirates answered with 9 runs following that to push it out to 20-7. And the Owls ended up scoring 1 run in the top of the 5th inning to lose 20-8. Unofficially for the Owls, 6 walks, 6 Ks, 3 hit by pitch, 8 runs, 4 hits, 8 left on base. And for the Pirates, unofficially, 3 walks, 1 K, 4 hit by pitch. I have them with 8 hits, 4 left on base, and 20 runs. So the Powell County Pirates will improve to 7-9 on the season. And for the Owls, they will go to 5-9 on the season. 6 consecutive win for Powell County here in a row, which is great for them, right? In order to get those wins, kind of putting things together. They got a tough matchup. I believe it's tomorrow at Rockcastle County, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
Go to the Rock.
And they actually ended up losing to Rockcastle County. Let me find that for you real quick here. Lost to Rockcastle County 10-5 back on April the 4th. So they'll have another opportunity as they travel to Rockcastle County tomorrow at 6 o'clock, and then we'll have the game on Monday, April the 20th, as Breathitt County will come in to face off against the Pirates. Breathitt County coming in 12-6 on the season. These two teams have not played this season so far, but still the Pirates, again, picking up another win. That's all that matters, right? At that point, showing some improvement. Their bats coming alive a little bit. Need to cut down on some errors tonight. But at the same time, all in all, just a really strong win. Winning streak here really for the Pirates.
Well, and it is not a knock on the players. It's just you're going to pitch some of your down in the rotation guys, and that's Edwards and Creech got the call tonight. Edwards ran into a little bit of trouble there in the third. Again, you thought they put him a little early, but he hadn't scored a run as of yet. But they had 1 on or 2 on, I think maybe, and they pulled him there.
The bases were loaded.
He was struggling with his control. I don't have a problem really pulling him there. They went in with Creech. You really hadn't had a lot of pitches to throw, and wound up giving up 7 runs that inning. Again, there were a few plays that could have got out of that inning. Again, the foul tip, if it was held on to, would have had no runs. And then there was a couple of errors in the field behind that. So you clean that up, they would not have scored as many. But Owsley County threatened every inning tonight with the exception of the 4th, where they had 3 straight strikeouts. Other than that, they scored in the 3rd and the 5th. But did not score in the 1st and 2nd with left the bases loaded. So as far as leaving base runners on, they left 6 in the first 2 innings, left 8 on for the game.
Yeah.
And Powell County only left 5 runners. So when they got base runners on, they made the most of it. The Pirates, again, got a few hits there late in the game. They really didn't have a lot of hits going until late, but got enough of the errors. Again, 12 errors what I had counted for Owsley County. That coupled with the walks, hit by pitches, they probably had 20 free base runners on the game. And if you really kind of figure it out, look at the number of runs, it's 20. I mean, that's about right. Again, they had that many walks and hit batters and errors where that number comes into play because they only had 6-8 hits, something like that neighborhood. So again, but it's a win. Is a win. You'll take it. I couldn't, for some reason, I couldn't pull up the softball score to pull you. The only thing I could pull up was, I think Nicholas was leading Powell County 6-1. Couldn't pull up the game changer. I know they do everything live there, but just couldn't pull anything up tonight. Anyway, we'll take a win and go into tomorrow where they can maybe go and rebound and play Rockcastle better. It's really only about an hour drive to Rockcastle, maybe hour and 10 minutes at the most. So that's a good game to go down on a Friday prior to the prom Saturday. I don't think anybody plays on Saturday this year. A lot of times baseball will play and come back late for the prom, but I don't think they're playing Saturday. But again, so this will be our last broadcast for the week. So all those kids that are going to the prom activities, please be safe and
yes,
and just make the right choices on Saturday.
There you go. You're exactly right. We will be back on the air on Monday, again, as the Pirates will play host to Breathitt County. So, again, they'll pick up another win, riding a 6-game win streak, are the Powell County Pirates. They beat Owsley County 20-8 here tonight. So, from our broadcast partner, David Faulkner, Jacob Neal, our videographer and technical support, and Nevaeh Bridgeman back in the studio, this is Ken Simon saying thank you for listening to the Powell County Sports Network here on WSKV 104.9 FM.
Thank you for listening, watching, and supporting Powell County Pirate Athletics. We also encourage you to support the community sponsors that invest to bring the live coverage to you. Visit the Powell County Sports Network page at listenlikealocal.com to find the most up-to-date sports broadcast schedule and all the ways you can listen to the game. Thank you for listening to Powell County Pirate Sports on the Powell County Sports Network.